Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome to Sunday mornings, messages of love from above. And so good to see you guys. Thank you for joining me. Before we get started into the actual readings, I'm going to send love out to the world, unconditional love from above. If you'd like to join me, whether live or on replay, I more than welcome that. We can multiply love to the world and be a change that we want to see, right? So I'm going to take a big deep breath and come back to right here, right now. And just let that love fill us up like a chalice and overflow out into the world, feeling full and whole ourselves and sending that love surrounding the entire planet, allowing that unconditional love energy to spark every heart that is ready to move to a higher and higher and higher vibration. And if you yourself are in need of love right now for your own heart, for your mind, your body, a loved one, a situation you're going through, or for a relationship, whatever it may be, we send love to you right now as well. You can put your hands up against ours, feel the energy flow into you, fill up your heart, and just radiate out, putting a bubble of love around you and changing the energy around you. Whatever is of unlove uh, can either change and convert to the light of unconditional love or out, move outside the bubble. We send you healing of any kind that you need, of heart, of mind, of body. Beautiful, beautiful. Hmm. Very nice. Thank you guys so much for joining me and doing that and allowing me the space to do that. I just love the flow of energy and I can feel yours join in too. So thank you so much for that. Before we get into the actual readings, of course, I like to let everyone last day to get into the Monday drawing that I have every week. Here's the link to the video. Every Tuesday, I put out a video saying, hey, this is what I'm going to give away next Monday and how you can get into the drawing. And I've been giving away a 1 hour personal recorded reading. But this Monday, I'm going to give away two 30-minute personal recorded readings. That way, there's two people that get to have those. And honestly, Spirit usually blabs on over 30 minutes. They go beyond that anyway. And so they do answer questions beyond the 30-minute. It doesn't go ding ding and your time is up. Maybe next time they definitely come through. Also, there's some giveaway news in there about a monthly giveaway that I'm starting, and it has to do with my readings that I put out each month for each individual zodiac sign. I do a monthly, and this is the playlist I just put out here is for that. So be sure to check out the giveaway video to see how you can get into the monthly giveaway as well. And also, of course, check out your see what your monthly reading has for you if you haven't already, because we've got about a week left in April. Can you believe it? Whoosh, it just flying by. Also, each week I put out at least one pick a card, and this pick a card we put out for this week has to do with the Aries new moon solar eclipse that we experienced. And of course, the sun moved into the sign of Taurus. So happy birthday to all you Taurians. And we also went full blown into Mercury retrograde. So it's being aware of possible delays in travel and miscommunications, things like that. There's just going to be some fun challenges with those outward type of things because the Mercury retrograde is kind of a time for us to do some reflection, edit things, revisit old relationships, old projects that are dusty on the shelf. Not anything new, but things that we want to bring back and look at. It's like the tide is coming in, and so trying to launch your boat is very difficult because it'll capsize with these big waves coming in, bringing in the tide. So it's a time to repair our nets, to look at things, get the barnacle things off the boat or whatever we do on ships during our downtime. And then as Mercury goes forward, then that's the time it's really easy because the tide's going out. That's why people launch boats when the tide's going out and come in when the tide's coming in. So that's what we have for the readings, at least, that I wanted to make sure you guys were all aware of. So let me shrink that down and we will get here. I kind of feel like I'm off center here. Let me just move over a little bit. There we go. Now we can see better too. Let me just get my desktop set up and we'll get into the readings. If you are new to my channel or to these readings, first of all, welcome. Glad to have you here. Welcome to the Soul Family. And how the free readings work, you can see I kind of don't do two things at once as well as I used to when I was a young lad. Okay, here we go. So if you are uh, here new with these free readings, you guys are funny. Um, how they work is there's no specialist. I go down in order, first come, first serve in the chat. And so you just put your question out there and then I move through them. If you don't want to put your business out there, then you can just ask for a general reading. Spirit knows what you want. We'll pull cards for that. If anyone makes a donation, I do honor that energy exchange and I step out of the free readings. I dive deeper into those as well. Once I complete them, then I step back in order where I left off and continue moving down the list. I'm usually on for about an hour and a half, 2 hours, depending. And what else? What else? So I try to get through as many free readings as I can during that time. And to make a donation, if you want to know how to do that, there's no certain dollar amount. I know everyone's, finances change moment to moment and person to person and country to country. And so I don't look into the dollar amount and have a set amount. I just honor whatever energy exchange people do. And you can make a donation by super chat, which is at the bottom of the chat. Also, if you want to make by Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, or Square, I have all those linked in the pinned comment at the top and in the description box of the video down below. So I think that's it. Blah, blah, blah. I know. Good information, though, right? All right. So I am going to be using, I've been using this for this weekend's readings. It's the Tarot of the Mystical Moments. A beautiful deck. So now you know what it looks like if you want to pick them up for yourself somewhere. So we will take a look here. And I don't have any donations yet. So we will start at the very top, which is Lisa Sarkar. Hey, Lisa. And you would like a general reading. Absolutely. Let me just shuffle these. Take a quick sip of coffee, move it out of the way. All right. So let's see. What does Spirit want you to know right now, Lisa? All right. Well, you definitely are having a change of mindset here in your life. You can see he holds the key here with the Ace of Swords, which allows you to unlock your mind, see things from a different perspective than you have in the past. And it's really, I feel like it's really significant because you've got the Sun card, which is about victory and light shining into different areas of your life that you really hadn't had light shown on before. And I feel like it has to do with your mindsets and the way you were looking at things and some new information coming in too. And the Four of Wands. The Four of Wands is a joy and victory celebration card. So both of these are very bright and beautiful cards. This is a celebration, like a party. It's very joyful energy, even wedding, marriage type of energy. So this could be thoughts around marriage, around relationship and how that's all supposed to go. But there is a lot of light being shown on in this area of your life. And I just feel like there is this significant transformation. The Sun card is a major arcana, and it's just like this. I almost feel like that. I have this picture in my mind of you stand there, and it's just like, how a light bulb goes off. Well, it's a sun goes off. It's like a huge transformational awareness that kicks in, and it's a capital A, capital H, capital A, aha. Not just a, oh, it's like a, oh, it's really a big one. So I like this for you because it's so freeing and bright and wonderful. It just is like this. It's almost, I don't know. Oh, your guides are funny. They're saying it feels like, when you have a bra on that's too tight and you get home and you can take it off, they're like, ah, it's so freeing. And so whatever that is for you. Very interesting. But maybe your guides know. You're like, "Oh my gosh, I know." But it's like this freedom that comes and you just like are so relieved. So I like that for you. Oh, this is gonna be a fun day. Spirit is being fun. All right, but that's what they have right for you now, Lisa. So many blessings for you. That's hilarious. All right, so up next we got Leo 1111, and you were like a general for May, and his money, 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 going to get better. All right, let's take a look here, Leo, and see what we've got going on for May, general and money. All right. Well, we do have the Seven of Pentacles, which means money is going to be getting better. It's just taking its good old time to get there with the Seven of Pentacles, because it is, you're holding the fruit there, but it is this, message of what's the last thing that grows on the fruit tree? The fruit. So there is fruition coming with that for sure. Um, and so I like that. It is like you're seeing it come in, so it's starting to happen and you're starting to see the signs of it, and it's like it's trickling in, and then boom, you're going to have, like, they're showing me, like, if you've ever had like in springtime when you see the buds on a tree and you're like, oh wow, that's really nice, and then you go to sleep and you wake up and you go outside in the afternoon, all of a sudden they're all open, you're like, whoa, where did that come from? It's like overnight, boom. And that's the kind of what I feel. It's going to be sudden, that suddenly the fruit appears and you're like, oh wow, I knew it was coming, but wow, it's here. So I like that. I like that good surprise that's coming in. You also have here kind of a dual message. If you have a love situation here, just be aware of third parties coming in here. I know I don't like that type of message, but we've all been through this, and it's just be aware that maybe someone that you're interested in isn't quite committed yet. They might have a third party that they're still being distracted with, caught in the loop here. But I like this other part of the message, which this is the power of emotional choice coming in. And that the more you choose, this is a celebration joy card coming in here. The more you choose joy, the more you draw into the power of where you're investing your emotions in each moment can actually help draw more things into your life, and even abundance and faster, because whatever we focus our energy on, that's where our attention goes and where our energy grows. So if we focus on fears, like we feel we're missing things in our life, we will repel it further away and draw out the time frame it takes to come in. Or if we're focusing on what we don't like in our life, we actually will feed it and make it bigger. Because when we focus on our fears of losing something, we repel it out of our life, and when we focus on a fear of something coming into our life, we actually draw it in. But if we focus on gratitude and joy and celebration, unconditional love, what we do want to have come in, not what we don't want, but what we do want, then that grows and expands and it draws it in faster as well. So that's something that can help, with the money situation too. If I'm focusing on, I never have enough money. Oh, they like feeling like they never have enough money. Let's give them more of never having enough money. We're like, no, wait, cancel that order. I'm grateful for the money that I have and the money that's coming, and I'm continually supported. It's that type of energy draws in whatever we're focusing on. So that's what they have for you, Leo. So many, many blessings to you. And we'll continue moving down the list here. So, hey, Rishi. Hello, hello. And you want to know why was Ashish so rude and insulting towards you? Thanks a ton. All right, we'll take a look here. So spirit, they always like giving you like the two sides of this, of life, right? From the human standpoint, there's reasons why people like the human character does things, and then there's the real picture, the bigger picture. This is the dream, the facade, the play that's going on stage for the sake of our experiences. But above, there's the real reason, the higher reason, the spiritual reason. So we'll take a look here and see, yeah, what is coming in here. So we do have here the Nine of Swords, which this will represent why they were so, why they acted the way they did and said the things they did. They were in fear. Here the Nine of Swords is like, the nightmare, the insomnia card. They've got all this stuff going on here. And, we talk about the hissing cats. I know we do, you and I do, especially. And it's like there's this, when someone feels like their inner child, when they feel unsafe, when they feel out of control, then they're freaking out. They're going to say things and do things. And what they're saying and doing just is. They might have a different tone in it. They might, like a 2-year-old, when it asks for its toy back, it doesn't go, "Pardon me, may I please have my toy back?" It's like, "No, give me my toy back." So the reason why the human character acts the way they do is because they were in fear, right? But from a higher standpoint, from what Spirit is saying here, and it's interesting. They're showing me Spirit standing there in the conversation, and they're just looking, and they looked at Ashish, and Ashish, in the Spirit's mind, in our higher self, simply said something and did something, but it wasn't rude. They were not rude to you. I know, right? What? They were. It's like, no, inside you, there was rudeness that was being felt and being seen. But out here in the outside world, someone, Spirit was just watching and going, oh, okay, they said something. Because people are not rude. Everything in the outside world is not good or bad. It just is. Things just happen, but it's our story that we put to their words, our emotion that we put to their words, and the energy we choose and that we are in that has us look at things, right? This is where the King of Swords comes in, because the King of Swords sees things with the Ace of Swords from a higher perspective that's from a place of unconditional love rather than from a place of fear of losing conditional love. We feel people are rude because there was this fear that came in. We have this belief, if people love me and I'm likable and I'm lovable, then they're going to speak kindly to me and they're just going to have this, right? There's a wonderful lady, Byron Katie. The work.com changed my life, because one of the things that just blew me away was when she was with her first husband, when she first started really reflecting and seeing things from a different perspective from this, doing the work and um, allowing everything to be a mirror for her. When he was like, "What do you think you're doing? You're being so stupid." And the first thing she thought, it was like, he should not be yelling at me. And then she was like, "Oh, well, is that true?" She has this process of, is that true? Is it really true? Um, what does it feel like when I believe that that's true? And if I could release that belief, how would I feel? And it's a wonderful process because it is very freeing, because she realized, well, if he wasn't supposed to be yelling at me, he wouldn't be. And he's making some good points. Like, what are you doing? She goes, that's a great question to ask. What am I doing? So instead of getting reactive toward their, extreme loudness that the volume was coming in. She realized and looked past it all to the messages that were coming in. And so there is this freedom that comes through all of this, realizing that people simply say words, but we're the ones that have the rude and insulting thoughts, that what they're saying is rude and what they're saying is insulting. But we're like, is it? They're just saying things. It doesn't have to be, because if it was rude and insulting, said towards you, if they said the same thing towards someone else, like Byron Katie, who's very grounded in who she is, she would just be like, "Oh, okay." It wouldn't be rude and insulting to her. So the root, I love, who was it? I'm going blank on the person that said it. Maybe it'll come back to me. But it was basically along the lines of that circumstances don't determine how it impacts us, because the same situation can happen to multiple people, but everyone will take it a different way. So it's not the situation that determines what we go through and what we feel. It's the person going through it that determines it. So we have the power. And so these mirrors happen. The higher point of view happens in our life when we have these emotions come up, these triggers come up. They're for us to go, oh, okay, I can look at this and go, what am I fearing? What is going on under here? Let's turn this around. How am I being rude to myself? How am I insulting myself? You know, and like things that come immediately to mind because of the work that I did around situations like that you're going through is like, it is rude. I'm being rude to me by allowing other people to define my worth, because self-worth comes from in here. But if I'm just allowing other people to tell me who I am, and my higher self is like, how rude. Why are you letting them tell you who you are? I tell you who you are. That's my job. And I'm like, well, but they're saying this. They're like, how insulting. Why would you believe them over me? Your higher self. So they're very humorous, but that's what they just want to bring through for you right now, Rishi. So hang in there, hang in there. You also had the Seven of Pentacles that popped out, which is, it takes time for things to grow. It does take time to change our habits of mind. The choices we're making with our mind, the choices we're making with our heart, and the choices we're making with our energy. So be gentle with yourself. I know we've talked about setting alarms and doing things to bring us back, because out of habit, we're all taught to focus on the outside things, our fears and all those. But if we do things, if we fill our eyes and our nose and our ears and our mouth and our bodies, our souls with love, 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 and that there's another option, the more we can point ourselves back to that, we change our habit from, doing everything that we've been taught to do in the past out of fear, to doing and living out of love and peace and joy instead. So that's what they have for you right now. So hang in there, mister. All right. DK, you are up next for the next free reading. And you'd like a reading for your career. How will it shape up in the future? When will you get a job? Also, your plan to pursue higher studies this year. Will it be successful? And will you be able to get admission this year? All right, well, let's take a look here. We do have, for the free readings, we do a couple cards. So we'll see how much we can answer of all those questions in a couple cards here. And if you do want to go deeper, a donation, I do dive deeper into those here. So when we're talking overall, you've got the joy and the celebration card here. So this would say, with your first question of how is it going to shape on the future? Are you going to get a job? You will. And are you planning and you're planning to pursue it? Will it be successful? There's the joy, 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 joy card here just shows like, here's your three-ring circus that you're having, overlaying things here, that there's some joy in all this unfolding at the same time here. You're definitely supported here going forward. The only thing that spirit has around all of these things coming in is the Nine of Wands, which the nine is the hermit's journey, really looking into your power And, this would represent if you have felt like there's been like blocks coming in, like usually the Nine of Wands has like nine wands, almost looking like a fence or a gate that you can't get past. But the Nine of Wands is about stepping into your power because eventually you reach out and you grab onto one of those wands that's there, and that's your Ace of Wands. And Ace of Wands is your power of energy. Where do you invest your energy? Focusing more on the gratitude and what you do want to have coming in, and raising your vibration of that, of unconditional love and joy and peace and laughter. Again, with spirit, with the Three of Cups represents like your spiritual posse. So the more you focus on joy, the more you focus on the spirit world and seeing who you really are, getting clarity about what you really want in your life too, not what you think that you're supposed to want, but what your high heart truly wants for you. How you want to uniquely express the unconditional love in your heart with the world. You get a lot of clarity around job, around career, around higher education, whatever you're wanting to do. Is it a driving force from the mind, of like a supposed to, a should, a need to, a have to, or is it of like this is my life purpose and I feel it? If it's from that, then you pour yourself into it and it moves forward, right? But if you're unsure, this connecting to your higher self allows you to really see what um, uh, barriers are there, what blocks are there. Sometimes the blocks are there because it's not where we truly want to go, and spirit is blocking us, going, nope, you wanted us to block you because you ultimately want to go this direction instead of the have to, supposed to, like, how we're given a dream when we're growing up about this is what you should be when you grow up. You're like, okay, I'm going to be a brain surgeon. That's what they told me that they want me to be. So this is their dream they're giving me and saying it's my dream, right? And then you wake up every day going, "Oh God, I got to take another step toward my dream." That's not your dream, right? Because you'll know it when it's that passion in your heart. You wake up early, excited, going, "I can't wait to go live my dream and take steps toward it." And the other is like hitting the snooze alarm 10 times, right? And going, "Oh God." So I feel like there's this clarity coming in here and this really getting to the root of it. And once you really clarify that, yeah, this is what I want for my career, the kind of job I want, this is the higher education I want because it totally fits into this, then all the success comes. All of this is able to move forward because it is truly what you want. So if there's a block, it's either a block within you, um, you know, f- feeling like you're not worthy to receive this, or it's a block from spirit going, and you'll know the difference because if it's your passion and you want to do it, you realize, okay, what am I fearing about stepping up into my beautiful dream that I want? And I want to pursue it. What am I afraid? Am I afraid to fail? And if it's my dream, I'll never fail. I'll just keep going again. You fall down, you get up. For your dream, you don't care. When we're going for something that's not our dream, when we fall down, we just kind of lay there going, yeah, I really don't want to get up because we really don't have that oomph, oops, what is it? Huspa, whatever, to go there where this is our dream. So that's what's coming through, DK. Hopefully that makes sense there, but that's what's coming through. So many blessings for you. All right. And we will continue moving down the list. And we got High Priest Girl. Hello, hello. And you'd like to know your May monthly. All right. What? Now, do you have the May monthlies coming out next Saturday? Woohoo! All right. Well, so you May month here, you have this the Temperance card shows me that you have been patiently waiting for things to unfold. And the tempering usually has two cups where they're going back and forth. It starts off as a wonderful base metal like bronze or just some sort of base metal. And as it goes back and forth, it slowly transforms into gold. And it takes time. It's an alchemical process that an alchemist does, right? And that's what this is. It's patience as things are coming in. But I feel in May that some stuff comes to fruition, and you're like, okay, well, that's done. Now what? And here's the three of wands. It's almost you're looking around here going, all right, I'm ready. What's the next thing? What's my next journey? What's my next adventure? And you head off into a different direction. So you do get fruition in something major in your life, that is like, ding, here's okay, I have a cup of gold. All right, now what do I want to do? And then you decide, you just like, you feel like the world is your oyster, and you're like, okay, I have a ship, where do I want to sail? And so I like that for you, this very big opening, this very uh, great opportunity, that just opens up in your life. Just it feels like your world opens, just it's wide open, and you're just like, okay, I get to decide, and I like it. It's you deciding. The three of wands is you, deciding this newness, this new birth, this new adventure, uh, creatively. You're just like, all right, I did what I was felt I was supposed to do, and I've got that now. But now I want to go do something that my heart wants. That's what I feel is unfolding for you, High Priest girl. So many blessings to you. All right. So up next, we've got Ms. Dra is coming up here, and you'd like anything that Spirit would like you to know right now. Don't know if you can hear that. There's this doggy up above on the hardwood floors with their nails. I think they hear me and they're drawn by Spirit, and they're like, who is that down there? Oh, wow. All right. Well, you have this wonderful unfolding coming here, as well, around thought and belief and mindset. I mean, you have the King of Swords here who holds the Ace of Swords, and you have the Ace of Swords itself, which helps unlock your mind. It allows you to see things from this higher perspective. I feel like you've been getting this a lot, that there's just a lot of shaking and rattling going on in some beliefs that you've had since you were very young. It almost feels like Saturn shadow devil card energy, where you just have been having situations that have been coming up that, it's like situations that are disappointing. You're like, why did I even expect that? Why does that even matter? And then you have other situations where you get what you thought you were supposed to get, and you get it, and you're like, that's it. I thought it was supposed to make me feel woohoo. And it's like, no, it's not. And so you're really been reflecting on, what is it I truly want, and what do things truly mean, and why do I want that, and why do I not want that? And so you're cutting away, and I feel like you're having this spring cleaning of thoughts and beliefs and mindsets in your life. And a lot of it, you're like your little child self and your all that subconscious stuff below, they just been throwing things up for you, almost like I feel like those little clay pigeons that like they shoot it out, and you're all was it skeet shooting or whatever it's called, but it's clay. They're putting up these old false beliefs, these old mindsets, and you're just blasting them out of the air because you're ready. You're just like ready to, get rid of these thoughts and beliefs that have been making you feel so limited and restricted. So I like this for you. They're like, keep going, reload. So I love what they're bringing through today. And that's what they have, Ms. Draws. So many blessings to you. And we'll continue moving down the list here. And we have to Rose with the pink rose picture. Hey, Rose. You want to know what Aries' hidden intentions are towards you? Let's take a look here and see what we've got going on here. Wow. So we do have here, I mean, we got the Page of Pentacles, which is like new opportunities opening up in the outside world. And the Star card, wishing upon a star, this balancing energy, this, really, what is their wish come true type of energy. And so the intentions, I feel just like they feel like, I mean, they're wishing upon a star. They're seeing these things of what they believe would feel like a dream come true, and they've been looking for new opportunities to come in here. And I feel like they feel like you are, a possibility of that opportunity, and they don't want to, um, show their hand. Oops, too late. Busted. But I feel like they want to, they have this idea that someone in the outside world is going to make them feel happy and make them feel this way. When we do that, we all are sorely disappointed because that's the way this life seems to work. When we look outside of ourselves for our wholeness and our completeness and everything, we feel very unstable because human characters are unstable until we turn inward and upward and we find the love that brings us stability and allows us to fill up and overflow. That's that unconditional eternal love from above that fills us up, that we are truly hungering and thirsting for, and we look out there thinking that it's going to fill us up, but it's not. You're like, oh no, I was just supposed to bring an appetizer, but the main meal is inside you. They're like, oh no, you were supposed to bring the big meal, and you're like, no, 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 you have the meal inside you. I cannot bring that for you. I can only bring an appetizer or a dessert. I can't be your wholeness. You have to be your wholeness. And so these hidden intentions are, they have this in their heart and their mind that you're supposed to make them happy. And of course, we know what happens when people do that because they have this long list of things they feel are supposed to be happy, make them happy, and it doesn't in the outside world. So I feel like that's what's coming in here for you, Rose, is that they have this idea that you are the next thing that's supposed to make them feel whole and complete, and you're like, here's some nachos. You're like, I can't do that for you. So that's what's coming in right now, Rose, for this Aries. So hang in there. Many blessings to you. Very interesting. Spirit is being a hoot today. All right, so that is what we have. Up next, we've got Priyanka. Hey, Priyanka, you want to know Rakesh's current feelings for you? Let's take a look here. See what we've got going on here. I was going to say, you guys can see that light back there. I was like, I'm starting to see things, but it's a reflection from outside. Oof, okay. So their current feelings for you. Well, I mean, we do feel there's definitely a movement coming in here. Let me just close this because it's going to head right towards my eyes here in a moment. There we go. So, the Knight of Cups is movement of emotion, and the Eight of Pentacles is about, it's a movement card too. It means they've been doing some work, they've been looking at some things in their life. And the Eight of Pentacles is like they're about to have movement in their outside life. So their current feelings, they're either, it's thing this card for me is things can't stay the way they are now. There's going to be movement. It's either movement up or movement out, and things will not stay the same as they are right now. There's just no way with what's been happening here in the movement of their heart. They either have to move closer to you and express emotion if that's what is in there, or they need to step off. And whichever happens, it is for you. If they do step off and they go in a different direction, which they're not showing me here, which I know when they don't give me the it's this way absolutely or this way, this not knowingness is part of your journey and part of your adventure to trust that whatever unfolds will unfold for you. If they, announce their love and they want to move forward into a more committed type of relationship, then woohoo, right? Our human definitely understands how that's for us. But if they are like, you know what, I just don't feel this is working out, or I just need to have a break and step away, and they choose to step away from a relationship or interactions, then that's for you too, which means creator and spirit are bumping them out of the way to create space for someone who is more aligned for you and to open your path to head the direction that your higher self really wants you to go there. So the not knowingness, I know, drives our human crazy because it needs to feel safe. It needs to feel in control. But this is the trusting the creator that they're going to bring the perfect person in the perfect way in the perfect time for you. And if this is not the one, then they will bump them out of the way to clear space for you to move forward. While we're waiting to figure out and have everything unfold, we just work on our self-love and connecting to the higher realms, because the more we raise our vibration of love, the more we draw into things that are in more alignment for our spiritual path and our heart as well. So that's what they have for you right now, Priyanka. I know. I wanted like a, well, how are they feeling? We need to know, but they don't do that. There we go. A little better there. All right. So hang in there, Priyanka. Many blessings to you. All right. All right. So, self love, you are up next. So, you wanted to know about, um, okay, about your 7 chakras. Okay, I see here. So, you want to know about your 7 chakras, which ones need to be balanced? Okay, see, you said 7 there. Let's take a look here and see what they have here for you. All right. So you've got the judgment card here, which is your higher self calling you higher here. So for this would be like your really your, is that purple in there? Yeah. Because I was gonna say it's either your like your third chakra or your not your third chakra, your third eye chakra or your crown chakra. With that purple, I just really feel here though with this sound here, this is your throat chakra that is really standing out here. And that makes sense too here with the Queen of Swords and the Emperor, because this is all about, the swords are all about communication and speaking. This is balancing of the heart and mind. And the Emperor is about making choices and Aries energy of stepping forward and making choices, and I feel like and being vocal about their choices. So I feel out of all of these for you, self-love, it really is your throat chakra. It's about communicating your truths, um, and putting action behind your truths. Because when you look at the throat chakra, so sorry, probably could close my blinds. It'll pass here in a sec. um, Our throat chakra, when you put your arms out, you can see how your arms are at the same, at the same level as your throat. And so it's not only just speaking and voicing yourself, but it's action, putting action behind your words and your truths. And I really feel like this is what is coming in here right now. For this, for you, as far as the chakra that mainly needs to be balanced. And I feel like they're saying, it's the keeping things, it's like shrinking, like I have to shrink and I have to whisper. I can't speak loudly. I have to watch what I'm saying, to who and to what and all of that. And I just really feel like they're just nudging you, and like shoving you out on stage to speak, in a way. And I know that scares most of us quite a bit, because we're like, I don't want to be talking in front of people. But this is the fear of what will people think about what I have to say and how I voice what I want and how I want to live. And I feel like this is what's coming in here right now. The rest of them, it feels like they are all, fine. It just feels like the one that feels out of balance, that is suppressed, and blocked, is your throat chakra. So that's why I feel coming through right now for you, self love. So you know how it is. We fix that, and then we're like, oh, this one can be altered a little bit. Oh, okay, this one can be. There's always things that are um, impacting our flow of love, because we're pulled into fear, and then it impacts a certain part of our life, right? And then we're like, oh, okay, I'll just it's like always, they're showing me like, and this is perfect too, singing. You know how when someone's in the studio and they're in the behind the glass and you have the person that's constantly moving the levers to get the perfect sound? That's kind of what chakras are too, right? We're always just kind of tinkering with them to bring in and have a beautiful balance that comes in. So that's what they have right now. Many, many blessings to you. Very interesting today. All right. So, always victory. You are up next for the next free reading. And you like an oracle card and a tarot for the upcoming week. All right. So, let's see here. What tarot card? Okay. And then let's see here for the upcoming week. Yeah, the animal spirit do want to talk to you here. So, let me just shuffle this. What do the animal spirits have to say for you? No. All right. So let me grab the little book here. Let's see what we have. Wow. So your two cards here, you've got the golden egg and you have the king of swords. So king of swords, of course, is all about, the mind. They roll over the swords. They're masters of thought and belief and mindset, masters of communication, that coming in here. And then of course you've got the beautiful golden egg, which is one of the few spiritual, I think they call it, what do they call it here? I think it's spirit. Yeah, spirit messages that comes in. So definitely here comes spirit for you. And this is the message at the center of your heart, the unstruck sound. Within the golden egg lives a precious sound. Deep within that sound resides a message. So King of Swords is communication and messages too, right? But the sound cannot be heard, nor the message discerned until we retreat from the noise of modern day life. The magical essence of the golden egg needs warmth, quiet, and time to unfold. No rushing, no pushing, no grasping. Find a place of deep and restful ease, perhaps through yoga, nidra, Nidra, or meditation. If you do not yet have a meditation practice, take some time for introspection or contemplation. Yeah. When the mind begins to settle and the breath is calm, ask the question that weighs heaviest on your heart, staying open to any response you hear. Engaging with the energy of the golden egg is an advanced practice. It requires becoming intimate with our very essence and comfortable with vulnerability. You know, when a feeling of tenderness or gratitude arises from the deep within you, know that you are well on your way. Your chest may swell like you are seeing an old friend that's been away for a long, long time. Listen to the message they've been waiting to tell you. They have a picture there too. And then the golden egg is the fourth chakra, which of course our heart chakra. So this subtle essence of the golden egg is nestled deep within the heart center at the fourth chakra. It's the home of the self or the soul. And by bringing the mind, again, you can't make it up. This is all about the mind. Bring the mind into the center, we discover a portal to the most intimate and luminous space. It is said our inner guide sits there in deep meditation, waiting for us. Anahata, Anahata, translates as the unstruck sound. And that's the chakra of the heart, the unstruck sound. Wow, what a powerful reading there for you. So enjoy the golden egg. And that's what they have for you. Always victory. I like it. All right. So we'll move on to the next free reading will be Stella. And that will come back to you after I complete I do have a donation coming in here. Hey, Daisy. Hello, hello. So you wanna know, what does spirit want you to know right now? It's the final exam week. You think you're ready, but you still need to look over stuff. Oh, yeah, right. There's always tweaking to do, but you're tired. Yeah, right. Cheers to you. Cheers to you. Coffee is your friend this week, huh? Let's take a look here though and see, what does spirit want you to know about this week? You have everything you need right inside your brain, you know. It's all in your subconscious. It's just about staying caffeinated and calm. If you can do both at the same time, you are a master. All right, let's see what we got here. Yeah. Yep, yep, yep. So you have the Hermit card here, which is definitely take time for you, connect to spirit. They will guide you on your path. So know that you are not alone in this week coming up, that you are surrounded. You have spirit guiding you. If you'll just turn in and connect to your higher self and allow them to bring, your peace and tranquility around you, confidence, allow them to be a resource for you. They're like, it's not cheating if you're like, oh, what was that? Okay, spirit, bring it back from, I know I studied this, bring it back, and they will help you here. Because they're telling you here, you've got the 8 of Pentacles, you've done the work. This is like, out of all the cards, I think you get this a couple of times, because it is normally they're like people studying and they've done the work and the movement upward, and you get the reward for doing the work. And you've been doing the work, and this is them saying things will move forward in your favor and upward. Just, trust that you're not alone in this. And I really like it. You have the 2 of Pentacles, balanced outside world. So just, maintain the balance of the upper and the lower. Again, the 2 of Pentacles feels very calm, and it's important to stay balanced in the outside world. So make sure you take time for you to breathe. Yeah, like you've studied, and you can overstudy where you're exhausted, right? But it's important, at some point, it's like, okay, put all your studying away for a moment and just go for a little brief walk. Get out into nature, connect, allow time for rest and for meditation, for bringing the calmness and communication with the upper and the lower together. And I like that. You definitely have a wonderful rebirth here with the Queen of Swords. Here again, balance of mind and heart. And the rebirth here, this is refreshing. They're like letting go of all the fears. You are blossoming. You are, transforming. And so this very positive energies that are coming in here. But it is all balancing heart and mind, and because you've got the balance and the balance, that come in here, with these 2 cards for sure. Make sure you take time to nurture yourself, to get enough rest, to eat good, and to do your breathing. If you haven't done your breathing exercises, it's like it's important to breathe and play your calming music before you head off for the test and exam, and just really center yourself. Um, I mean, you've done an amazing job over this year, and you have it all inside your head. And as you've learned, it's the biggest thing is just to stay calm, right? Because you don't want a little cat taking your test, which if we go into fear, we release the cat mind to take the test, right? Ah, very good. So, it's like you get to relax, you get to surround, you can put on calming music, around you too. So, I really like it. Just surround yourself with, and just allow that to unfold. So, I do like it. But very positive things. So, hang in there. You're almost through it. Can you believe it? And you look back on this one day and go, "Gosh, why was I so scared? I didn't need to be scared." Like, yeah, you didn't, but it's a wonderful journey and adventure. So there you go. All right. Thank you again so much for your donation, Daisy. Many blessings to you. We'll see you on the other side. All right. Dune, thank you so much for your donation as well. And you're like a general from the your for your career from now to 1 year. All right. Let's see what spirit wants you to know here about your career in a year between now and throughout the year. All right. One, two, three, four. So they're saying it's like a dance, right? And then there's the cha cha cha. All right, let's see what we got going on here. Yeah, we have the Eight of Cups, which does show you're leaving behind old emotions behind that no longer serve you. And they're headed off here to the Nine of Cups, which is wish fulfillment. So, I really like this. It's like you're letting some old restricting emotions go that had impacted your job and your career in the past. And I feel like there's a change of emotion and a change of direction too, because it's like you're letting go of old beliefs, old fears that are, were bubbling up, and it's allowing you here, because you can even see here if I can, yeah, you can kind of see it. We've got the, oh, sorry for my wound here, but you have the new moon, and I like that. Here's the transformation of the butterflies too. It's like you're just moving into this new career, new direction, is what I feel coming in with that card there. Yeah. Because you have the Two of Wands too, which is about, you have the world that you're living, and then you have the wish upon a star, right? You have this wish of the moon, because the wand says that you get to this pivotal point, this path, a fork in the road of your career, and you're like, I can go this way, or I could go this way. So this is the way I've always been going, and well, I can continue going that, but oh, I really am interested in drawing over here. And so there's no wrong choice for it. I don't feel like your career impacts your life purpose, because I feel like you can fulfill your life purpose in either field or either direction that you go. So it's like spirit saying, choose which one you want, choose your passion. You'll be successful at either way. And it's there's not a wrong choice, is what they are basically saying. Yeah. It's letting go of your fears. This is this like, whoa, insomnia, nightmare card. It's like, whoa, fears of letting people down, and I like this being let go, because this is telling you you don't have to do what everyone else has told you that you do, and it's your life to live. And they might be like, well, you should do this, and you're like, yeah, but you're not going to be with me 40, 50, 60 hours a week doing that. I'm the one that has to do all that and do all the work, and maybe the certification and education or whatever has to be done. I'm the one that has to do it all the time. So you go do it if you like it so much. I like this freedom that's coming with this, because you're ready to let that pressure go, to clear your mind and go, what do I want? Not what I think I'm supposed to or should or need to or have to want. I like this. Again, your Eight of Cups, you're walking off to the Nine of Cups, which is wish fulfillment in here. Yeah. So the King of Swords is what helps you with this. This is you seeing things from a higher perspective. That Ace of Swords allows you to connect to the higher knowledge, what your heart truly wants. And that Ace of Swords is what is a double-edged sword. It allows you to cut away these thoughts and these beliefs, that come in here. So, definitely there's this needing to release these fears in order for you to feel like you can make a choice of which direction you go. Which way do I go? Which way do I go? Right. And then, yeah, and you have the Page of Wands. So you do step into your power here. Here's the Two of Wands. The Page of Wands is new passion, new desire. So I feel like, and I kind of felt it anyway, which you probably picked up on with this, is that you really want to go this other direction. And this is allowing you to really focus that energy and move in that direction here. Coming towards you soon. Let me see here. I'm going to use a standard card deck and see if they'll tell you anything about timing any specific timing here. Something new that I'm trying because our human does love some times, and there's usually ranges too. So we'll see here. Are we going to get any cards? Okay, there we go. And, okay, whoa, all right. So you do have here between 2 and 5 months. And the reason ranges come out here is because of our power here. Because with what we focus on is um, what unfolds, right? When we were, talking about the King of Swords, it really depends on how much attention you put into cutting away these expectations and these fears of letting people down, because then that allows you to step into your energy, and the more you choose your energy of where you want to go and not on your fears, the faster it moves. So it could be as early as 2 months depending on how much you do that inner reflection, or up to 5 months. And 5 months is like the as they say in some businesses, it's the drop dead date. We have to have it by then, in order for things to unfold, right? And so regardless, if you're just going as you are now with not doing any extra reflection on fears and all of that, then it'll be 5 months. It'll probably be the last day of the fifth month, right? So that is what they have for that. That's still kind of, they have you find out, because that's going to be that's your heart. You're going to see of what makes your heart sing. That's what that moon is. It's something that it's not like, well, you have to have this or this. It's like, this is where you're going. And you're like, this is what I want. And it's like, it's like, what would make my heart sing? What would I love waking up every day to go do? And like, this is my dream. It. I feel like it already. And you're just like, okay, I can do that. So it's like, I have this choice: continue on this path, or I'm going to go for this. And why am I fearing going for this? That's what you do. And the more you look at your fears and release them, that's how it comes faster for you. Yeah, you are very welcome, Dune. I'm excited to see what this is. So many blessings for you. And I think that's all my donations. So we'll return back to the free readings here. I'm just going to take a quick sip here. All right. So, Stella, you want to know, you have numbers 222, 333, 555, and 777. What do they signify? Well, definitely, of course, whenever we get repeating numbers, that is our spirit team sending us messages, getting our attention, a reminder that they're there. And if you want to look at, like, if you search in your favorite search engine, Google or Yahoo or wherever, and just search angel number 222, angel number 3, you're going to get like tons of responses, millions of things that come back. And just follow your heart and your spirit, and they'll guide you to some even additional messages there, which is really cool. Whenever I see things like today is 42323, it's like, oh, what is 23? Ooh, 2 and 3 is 5. That's the number of change and transformation. And so if you're seeing fives, that's changes. Threes is creativity. Twos are connecting to your higher self and realizing your duality of that. Sevens, odd numbers can definitely be that they're trying to show you something that's coming up in your life, something that's um, kind of like an obstacle in a way. It's like someone standing in front of you and constantly moving, not letting you around them. You're like, I have to talk to you. And you're like, yep. So it's like there's something that they want you to see to free yourself from in your life. And so sometimes the odd numbers are, because if you have like a 6, it's 3 on each side. And there's a beautiful flow, it's like a path you're walking on, outlined with these rocks, right? And then there's a 7 is a big boulder in the middle going, oh, I have to deal with this boulder. Yeah, it's for you. And you're like, all right, let's look at the boulder, and that's what I feel is going on here. Because with the cards coming in here, you are getting ready to go on this new adventure free of a lot of expectations. And so I feel like those threes, those fives, those sevens definitely have to do with things, expectations, thoughts, and beliefs and mindsets that you've had before that have kept you from feeling like you can go on this free adventure instead of having to have a like they're showing me going to like a botanical garden and just wandering around it, that feels free versus you show up, there's a guide, you're gonna go here, and then you're gonna go here, and then you're gonna go here, and then you're gonna it's very regimented, and then we will break for, you know, I have German heritage, so this is not to diss Germans, but I'm hearing like someone with, and then we will at 2 o'clock have a 15-minute break and no more than 15 minutes. It's like this German accent because they're very regimented, right? And it's like, you will do this. And this is like the freedom that's coming here. It's like, nope, nope, you're going to get to wander around a beautiful botanical garden free of this. And this is why those numbers are coming up, is because they're showing you things that can be released. And the King of Pentacles is they have this journey of getting to know their worth in relationship to the outside world, realizing that relationship situations and things are unstable. And when we define ourselves by them, we feel very unstable. And I feel like you're releasing things regarding how you've been defining yourself that allow you to go on this beautiful, beautiful adventure, where you get to be you and you get to be free with it instead of feeling like you have to check off all this list of all these things. You just get to go. If you've ever gone on a vacation where there was things just booked from the time you arrived until the time you left and you got back going, I need another week just to recover from my vacation. That's the feeling. It's like, yeah, it's like this freedom, letting it just is about letting a lot of stuff go so you can go with the flow, is what I feel a lot coming through there. So that's what they have for you, Stella. So many, many blessings to you. And we will continue moving down the list. Age chart. Nope, haven't got to you yet here. You're still, yeah, several away yet. All right. So Megs, you are up next. When will you get married? And how will your husband be? All right, let's take a look here. That sounds familiar. Which I know a lot of people ask that question, but if you did it in another one, I feel like I did answer that one in another reading. So if you did ask it, I did get to it. If you want to go check that one out too. Um, so we've got the when will you get married? The Magician card says this has a lot to do with you. I kind of feel like this is the kind of reading you got too. But the Magician card, they hold the magic wand, which is them saying, it's a range of when you're going to get married, and it's all within your hands, which is where we want it, right? And it's like, well, what do you mean by that? And the Ace of Wands tells us whatever we focus on is what we grow. And if we're focusing on what we're missing, then we actually push what we're missing further away so that we can experience missing more. Because when we focus on something, we're basically telling our energy in the spirit world, I'm enjoying this and I want more of it. So if I'm focusing on like, oh, you know what? I just feel like I'm never going to have a relationship. Oh, they like the feeling of thinking they'll never have a relationship. Let's draw it out further. No, right? Or if we focus on like, I don't like this being in my life. They're like, oh, they like experiencing, not enjoying having this thing in their life. So let's make it bigger. Let's draw more things in because they like this. So basically, when we focus our energy on what we fear, like if I fear something's going to be leave my life, we will repel it out of our life, our energy. And if I fear something's going to come into my life, I will draw that into my life. But the power comes in, and this is where the range comes in. If I continue in my lower vibrational energy, focusing on my fears, that's what draws it out and makes it come in much later. But if I move my energy, that magic wand, and I focus it in on what I am grateful for in my life, what I do want to draw into my life, focusing on unconditional love and joy and peace and laughter. All of that is higher vibrational love energy, and we raise our love vibration and it draws in things faster, things that are more in alignment with our heart. So it can come in faster or be a lot later, and it all depends on you. Sometimes in our life, we have fated events that must happen on a certain time in order for other fated events to come in, the stuff that our higher self wanted us to experience. When I get this range, it's not a fixed time, that it's like, it doesn't matter when it comes in, you'll have it come in eventually or sooner, depending on what we're focusing on. So that's the message about when will you get married. They're like, it's all up to you. The future moves depending on our energy. Fated events, they're like they will happen regardless, by a certain date. But this one doesn't feel that way. It feels very open. And then your husband, they're going to be a spider. No, the devil. Oh my gosh, no. This is like Capricorn energy. So I feel like they could be like a Capricorn. Um, if not, it is someone that has very much Capricorn energies, maybe a rising sign or a lot of Capricorn in their chart. It just means that they have really looked at their foundation of their belief systems, because that's what Capricorn and Saturn does. It will look at our entire lives, and we have these beliefs around relationship and around money and ourselves and jobs and education and I don't know if I said money and home and blah blah blah, all this stuff. And Saturn just comes in and goes, okay, all those beliefs, all those opinions of humans that have been given to you, well, they're shaking and they're rattling and they're rolling, and it has them look at that and question that. And so that's what is coming in here. It's someone that has really questioned their beliefs and they have found their inner truths, and they're not swayed so much by the outside world opinions, because they've really done a lot of inner work and they've gotten the reward for doing it. So I like that. And that's what's coming through, Megs. So many blessings to you. Hang in there. All right, Star Girl. You will be the next free reading coming up, but I do have a donation that came in. Thank you so much, Lisa. And you would really like a reading for May. Absolutely. Let's take a look here and see what I would like you to know for May. And I think you did have your general reading at the very beginning. I think you were up first. So if you haven't heard that one, you have that as well. So let's take a look here. And they do want this one right there. They're being very particular. And what else? All right. Yay, Knight of Pentacles. Let's see what these other ones are here. Yeah, things have been okay. Yeah. So things are kind of moving really, this is the slowest moving night out of them all. It's the outside world just seems to be going really, really slow. You know, if you ever watch the old Western movies and they have the doom, doo, 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 the horse is just, they're just going slowly. They're not at a gallop, it's just like tick, 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 just feels very slow moving, which could be good. You could take that as like a blessing if you're like, oh my God, my life has been like at 100 miles an hour. I want a month of slowness. Or you're just like, oh, still, but it's good because what's happening here, you got the 5 of Swords for the month of May. But the swords are thoughts, beliefs, and mindsets. And it is the time is going slower because the conflicting thoughts and that you have in going on in your mind are you're visiting them, you're having a resolution, there's transformation that's happening in it. And the reason why, of course, things go slower is to give us time to make the adjustments so that when things speed up, we're going to go in the direction that we're wanting to go, rather than having the conflict continue and we end up you know going off road into a ditch. They're like, nope, this is what is happening on purpose here. And so you are resolving these things. I mean, you even have the high priestess, which she steps back into her high priestess temple, connects to the upper realms, goes behind the scenes, dives deep into her emotions and her subconscious. So doing a lot of inner reflection, stepping away from the chaos. So, that's where you're at here. You're going in here and you're figuring the stuff out. You're releasing the thoughts and the beliefs and the mindsets around it. And I like it for you. And I feel like the 7 is really standing out here. I feel like July is when things really speed up and you see the fruition a lot of things. So I feel like May will be the last slow type of month. June, things starts to pick up, and then July is when things really take off and you see the real fruition and the victory over these thoughts and these beliefs. Like the work that you're doing now in May, you start to see the stuff pop up in June, but July is when it's just like the 4th of July, all the fireworks, all the stuff that's going on. That, at least in the United States, that's what we do. We celebrate the freedom, and that's what I feel like you're celebrating, this great freedom that comes in there. Because the Chariot also is about stepping into your power of choice, knowing that every moment is a choice between unconditional love or the fears of losing conditional love, or fear of rejection, whatever the fears are. And it's a mental choice. Like, I get to choose what story I put in each moment. I get to choose what emotion I feel and where I'm investing my energy. And I feel like you're really stepping into your power during this, because the 5 of Swords is showing you that you get to choose the story, and you have conflicting stories in your mind about something that's going on in your life. And you really are stepping into your power, going boom, and it's done. So I like that for you. And that's what they have for you, Lisa. So many, many blessings to you. Thank you again for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. All right, Star Girl, we are back to you. And you want to know, why did you meet this Pisces? Anything significant here? All right, let's take a look here. See what is going on with the Pisces. Yeah, it's definitely, there's this new beginning, this new birth that comes from here. It is significant with the Empress card coming in, because it could be sensuality too. Maybe you're gonna have a baby. Oh my gosh, I'm just kidding. But it is this new birth. And the 6 of Cups here, the significance, I feel like, there are times when the 6 of Cups means it's someone from a past life. Sometimes it's like someone who's returning that we knew in the current life. But if you didn't know them in this life, which I don't feel like you did, this is from a past life. They're coming in, and it's this wonderful. If you feel this connection, um, like you're like, I feel like I know them from somewhere. Or they feel familiar. That's definitely it. And they're just coming in to give you some experiences that you guys agreed to, like, okay, last lifetime you did this for me. In this lifetime, I'm going to give this for you. And so it's this wonderful, journey mate that you've been with in several lifetimes, it feels like. But they're just, a divine appointment to come in to give you some new perspectives, this new birth into life. And they show you things. They're going to be a beautiful mirror for you in one way or another. Don't necessarily feel like it's a soul partner, like someone you're going to be with the rest of your life. I just feel like it's they agreed to bring some information to be a stepping stone for you on your life. And of course, you for them in this life too. We always are. We're always mirrors for each other. But I feel like that's the significance here. It is very significant because of the major arcana cards show that. So I feel like it definitely is. So they're going to show you something, and I like that. So there you go, Star Girl. That's what they have for you right now. So many blessings for you. And we'll continue moving down the list. So Maju, you are up next. So future spouse will be your soulmate or karmic. All right, let's take a look here and see what they want you to know about your future spouse here. So with the 10 of swords here and the 7 of cups. 7 of cups, it feels like more of a divine appointment, more. And I'm not sure, everyone has like different meanings around karmic. I don't feel like they're a soulmate, like you know, um, that or more like a soul partner. I almost feel like, and you say like future spouse, but I feel like the the individual that is coming in that feels like they're going to be your future spouse end up not being it. What I mean by that is I feel like maybe engagement happens and you're headed towards, but then it doesn't pan out. The person after that will be your soul partner, the person that you'll be with the rest of your life. And that's what's coming in here, because I just feel like there was like, before you came down here, there was some agreements, and it's like this star, which is a soul, was like, okay, I'm going to show you all of these expectations you have around relationships. And the 10 of swords is like someone, usually it's someone laying down with 10 swords in their back, but this one shows all the pressure of the mind that I have to live up to all these expectations. And they're like, okay, my purpose is to jump in front of the other one first to help you get rid of all this. So I'm really going to be disappointing. I'm going to break all of your rules. I'm going to be disappointed and let it all down to where you're like, well, I'm letting all that go. I just don't want to deal with that anymore. And then you're like, that's when you meet the other one. You're like, "Oh, great." Um, which is alright. At least you know it, and you're just like, "Okay, well, this person seems like they're a dream come true." And then you're like, wait for it, there it is. Crazy, there he is." And then, things just kind of and you're just like, "Alright, but I know who's coming next," because this soul chose to help you release all of those expectations and just to get past all of that. One, you're so appreciative of the person you end up with because you experienced crazy man, but you also are free from so much. And so there's a beautiful flow um, of love in your life because of it. So that's what's coming through, Manju. I know. It's like, can I just skip that other one? Well, because you don't want to bring all that stuff into that other one. So allow yourself to experience it, because you will release it all through it as well. So that is what is coming through. So many, many blessings to you. All right. And new love, you are up next. So, hey, general reading for the coming week. Thank you guys for your patience as I do work my way through the readings. They're being extra chatty today, which is quite all right. All right. So, new love. So you do have the King of Cups coming in here, which rules over emotion and water, but all the kings are given air as well. So there's this balance of heart and mind that comes in with this card here. And so the next week just feels like um, this connection that you have with the upper realm, especially with the strength card coming in. This is your human experiencing the human journey, but your higher self is here who comforts you, who helps balance things out. And next week does feel like a week of some waves come in like every week. I don't feel like it's a tsunami, but there's something next week that just allows you to take a step back, take a deep breath, allow the emotions to balance out, but connecting to your higher self is extra important next week. It's like really seeing things from a different perspective, realizing that the outside world is unstable. That's why things go out of balance when we look to the outside world for some sort of definition of ourselves, whether it's a relationship of any kind, family, friends, romantic, our job, our career, our education, our bodies, our bank accounts, our homes, whatever it may be. when we kind of look to the outside world to define us, we're going to feel unstable because people change, they walk away, they pass away, situations never ever stay the same, and things break down, deteriorate, blow up, burn down, stolen. So those things are not stable, and that's why we go out of balance and feel unstable. So I feel like something comes in and you're like, oh, it's things like I'm just they're putting a memory of the past of something that like raises are coming out, yay! And I'm like, well, you know what? I've really done so much. I feel like they're going to give me this much of a raise, and they're like, well, no raises this year. We only had a very limited budget because of business, and so we're only giving it to a few people. And you're like, what? And then suddenly I'm out of balance because I was using my money to define who I am and the stuff that it buys and the fears and then I'm like, oh, okay. And then I realized, okay, that's not about me. I'm defined by this eternal, unconditional love from above. Balance. So that's connecting to our higher selves that bring it back. So that's the example, not necessarily what will happen. They're just, doing that one. But that's what's coming out, new love. So many blessings to you. Hang in there. Enjoy your wonderful week. All right. Hey, divine empathic tarot. I got you thinking last night. Oh, great. Hopefully you got some sleep. I'm excited to see what you do with your channel as well. So, will definitely keep us informed. Many blessings to you. All right, great. Quartz. Hello, hello. Need like a general. So let's take a look here and see what they have here for you. All right, we got two major arcana coming in, which are significant for life, right? They're significant things that are happening. And I do like this because, you have the balancing of thought here with the Ace of Swords. You're connecting, seeing things from a higher perspective, balancing out, getting rid of fears and beliefs and mindsets that no longer serve, and really questioning, like, why do I want that? What are these expectations, these, supposed to, shoulds, need tos, have tos, and musts? You're using this to cut them away, which does allow you to step forward and have a rebirth, a new birth. New things come in, a harvest. It allows this change up to come into your life. So I do like this. You're cutting away beliefs, um, all these limiting beliefs that you've had, and you've been doing that. But I just feel like there's a big, how like they're showing me this big pipe that has this huge clog in it, and someone's in there just chopping away at it, chopping away at it, chopping away at it, at where it's connected. And all suddenly, and the whole thing just breaks loose and flows out. And it's like, wow, the flow really comes in very strong into your life. And that's what they're showing me. I'm here with what you've been doing. And so, though it might have been feeling like, is this thing ever going to leave? It's been breaking loose. You've been chunking away at it where this big, huge chunk does leave. So I like that for you, Great Quartz. It feels so freeing and so flowing. So that's what we enjoy. So many, many blessings to you. Alex, you are up next. So a general read for you. Let's see, what does Spirit wants you to know right now? All right. Well, you got some new love flowing towards you here with the Knight of Cups and the Ace of Wands. New passion coming in here too. So, I like this, that I love this particular card where she's playing her heart like a guitar, allowing her love to sing and allow movement. So, a lot like what we're just talking with Great Courts, I feel like you've been working on your emotions. You've been working on practicing playing your heart, playing the song of your heart, and allowing it to express itself. And with the Ace of Wands here, or the page, no, it is the Ace. Um, either one would have been, it's about new passion, new excitement coming in, allowing things to flow, allowing spark to exist. and be expressed. So both of the heart and the passion, allowing yourself to do this. And if you've been thinking about singing, if that's your passion, this definitely would be, a reinforcement of that as well. So if that is for you or anyone that's listening, take that as a message, as a yeah, thumbs up. It's time to express that, to voice your real singing voice. So I like that too. So that's what they have coming through for you, Alex. So many blessings for you. And we'll continue moving down the list here. And we're to Cynthia Brito. Will the Leo move in with you by this week? All right, let's take a look here and see. All right. And go to this one here too. All right. Yeah. It does feel like there's going to be fast movement here because you've got the Ace of Pentacles, which is new opportunities opening up in the outside world. You have the Eight of Wands, which is like fast moving energy that's coming in. And the Nine of Pentacle, I mean, sorry, the Nine of Swords, which is, facing your fears, the nightmares, the insomnia, all the fears we have. Um, allow try to look at your fears and understand where these are coming from, because the solution comes in, but it comes in faster here when you allow these fears to kind of be set at rest. What are we fearing if they don't? What are we fearing if they do? What if we fear, whatever? What fears do we have? The nine is having you turn inward and understand what your fears are, because the more you become aware of them, the more they fall away. You are able to not have so much on your mind, keeping you up at night, or having you dream about it, or just taking a lot of mental energy on things. I think it was who was it? I don't know. It doesn't matter who it was necessarily, but there was this actor that put a meme out on Instagram, which was funny. It was Matthew McConaughey, and he was like, you know what? Most of the things that devastated my life never happened. And he's just like, what? And then he explains, that he had so much worry, so much fear around so many things happening, that it just ruined different times of his life, he felt, because they never happened. He spent so much time worrying that he was miserable, but the thing never unfolded that he was worried about. And it was very, it was very like, wow, it's so true, right? And I kind of feel like that's the energy they're having you just to be aware of through the situation is, yeah. But I feel like it's a yes, that it moves fast. But looking at the fears releases it and allows it to happen as well. So that is what they have for you, Cynthia. So many blessings to you. And Maju Busal. Hello, hello. I hope you got my message. I replied on that yesterday morning's video. I did find it for you in there. And I know, like, especially when I have a lot of donations, I step out and step back in and step out and step back in. It's hard for people to sometimes find their readings, because I do the reading. So I go, oh, yeah, I did this. And I can usually find them faster. So hopefully you're able to see that. So you'd like a general reading to improve yourself. What type of personality do you have? All right, let's take a look here and see what Spirit recommends on how you can be the more truer expression of who you are, right? And I like that, with I think it is Rumi that says, we don't have to find love. We just find the obstacles that we've created between us and love. And I feel for you, it's like, it's not so much that you have to become someone different. It's just you're discovering the obstacles that you've created between you and the authentic you. And so, what they're showing here is things that can help you discover more of who your authentic self is. These obstacles that were put into our life, all of these opinions and all this, habits and stuff that were given to us, because ultimately you have the King of Wands here, which represents your spiritual energy, the higher energy, this represents your higher self. So it's like, truly, this is who you are, a powerful, supernatural, eternal spirit being made of unconditional love. And so, you know, knowing that, discovering that really helps you see that. I do have a free YouTube series. If you go to my main page under the bruddaZEN Mystic Tarot, there is I think it's the fourth playlist or something down. It'll talk about series. And the one that came out last year is You times two, which is talking about your human self, the character you're playing, and the actor behind the character. So I feel like that's kind of what they were talking about with this. So if you want, if that resonates, check it out. There's like, I think 40 videos that range from anywhere from 10 to 15 to 20 minutes each. And just steps you through discovering and seeing different aspects of yourself. Because you do have this is like them reiterating it a little bit too, because the Knight of Cups, all knights are on a quest, and this knight is in the quest for the Ace of Cups, which is our like the Holy Grail, our the love that we truly are. And it's like this whole journey is a journey of self-worth, but a search for the love that's inside of us that we find inward and upward, where we're told to look in the outside world for our completeness and our wholeness. And we're like, we can't find it out there. Those are the obstacles that are created to stand in between us and our higher self, is, being pointed outward to the outside world saying relationships, situations, and things define you. Like, no, that's retail price. That's what we think we're worth to other people, but we find our true worth, self worth, capital S, self worth, by turning inward and upward to the love that we find, in the upper realm. You do find here with the Four of Wands, there it's the joy, the celebration, the balanced energy that comes in too. And we move from feeling like we have to have the wedding, the celebration to define us. That's one of the things we're drawn to the outside world. But that doesn't define whether I'm lovable or acceptable or not. In fact, I feel like the more we find our love on the inside, the less we're drawn to the outside for a relationship, because we're like, it's just above and beyond extra. I'm not as, uh, I don't say desperate, but we are. We have this desperation of finding the one, finding love on the outside, because we have so much fear about defining who we are by that. But this is a freedom that comes here. So the biggest thing you can do, like Spirit is saying, to improve yourself is to realize that you're more than the small s self. Got to be careful how fast I say that. Your small s self, realize you're a capital S self. So that's what's coming in for you right now, Maju. So many blessings for you. And I do have a donation coming in here. Hey, Renee. Thank you so much for your donation. So we will be back to you. Shloka Sancher, you'll be the next free reading coming up. All right. So, Renee, hello, hello. Thank you for your donation. If I did not thank you already, I am doing well. And does your friend want to hang out with you? All right, let's take a look here and see what Spirit wants you to know about the situation there. All right. Yeah, I do feel like here, I was just looking at these beautiful cards. The Five of Pentacles, it almost feels this energy they have is the feeling abandoned, being left out in the cold, lack. And so I feel like they do want to hang out. I almost feel like maybe there's some worth, um, I don't say issues, but some worth that comes in here. Maybe some finances too. Like maybe they're like, I want to, but I really can't afford it. Or they just feel like they've been left behind, and just these feelings of abandonment, not necessarily from you, but they just kind of feel like they're, you know, in this cage here, encaged. They do 6 of Wands is what, was telling me that they definitely wanna, this is victory, hanging out, being seen, and so I feel like they do want to hang out, and they do wanna be there, and I feel like you can help them with this too. Because I feel like where they're at and what's going on with them, the Six of Swords is moving from old ways of thinking and choppy waters to new ways of thinking and calmer waters. And I feel like you are a calming force in their life, with your humor, with your joy. And even if you're like, hey, let's go hang out and I'll buy you a coffee, I'll buy you lunch. I feel like this is some of what's holding them back is their feeling of lack of finances or lack of worth. And I just feel like whatever you do for them, you just are going to make them feel special. And I feel like that's kind of what they need right now is just someone to show them that they are seen and that they are special and they do matter. And in that you do want to interact with them because I just feel like something's happened that's just made them feel like no one cares, kind of energy that comes in there. So that's what I feel is coming through, Renee. So many blessings to you, little bright sunshine you are. So don't take no of an answer, from oh no, it's okay. Say, hey, I'm coming to pick you up and I'm taking you out because I feel like they don't like to receive. They don't feel like they are worthy to receive. So they'll go, no, no, it's okay. We'll do it another time. I get paid later or whatever. You're like, hey, listen here. I'm going to pick you up right now because I know you can do that. All right. So that's what they have. Many blessings. Again, thank you so much for your donation. All righty. So back to free readings. We left off with Sloka Sancher. You want to know what does the future hold for you? All right. For you and P. All right. All right. Well, patience. Yay. Things are slowly unfolding, aren't they? It's like do 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 do. Temperance is, a patience card. The tempering of changing a base metal to gold. It takes time. It's going to take a long time. But here's the gold. It does, eventually unfold. King of Pentacles is abundance. It is this feeling of overflowingness in your outside life. So there is this, gold that ends up coming through the process here. It just takes a while to get there. That tempering just feels like it's really, really drawn out. And a lot of that has to do with the timing of things go slow for us. One of the things that the King of Pentacles learns is a new way of looking at their worth in relationship to the outside world too. So I feel like it takes time for both of you to realize the gold that you truly are, that you don't realize it. And I feel like you're both raising your self-worth on the inside, discovering how amazing you really are, breaking free from a lot of the stuff that you've been told in the past of your worth depends on blah 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 blah. You're just really freeing yourself, finding a strong sense of worth from within yourself. So that's what I feel is coming through for you, Sloka. So many blessings to you. Hey, Kevin. I see you have a question up here next after Universe 1111. So we'll be right to you. So, universe, you want to know will your dream and manifestations come true? So, let's take a look here. What does Spirit want for you here? All right. Well, it looks like here we've got some work that happens here. And if you do the work, then they do. Because the Two of Cups is, of course, about emotional choice coming in. And if your dream and manifestation was about love, then this definitely is an affirmation of that. But the big card is the Devil card, which is Saturn and Capricorn energy, which the Saturn, it's like in order for the dream and manifestations to come true, We have to break out of the webs that we've caught ourselves in, the thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that we've been given all our lives that are bubbling underneath the surface and even conscious of in our mind. But there's a lot of the stuff that's below the surface that's running, that's keeping things from us, that has these energy fields, right? Where things are trying to come to us, but that web is like brain and it's keeping it there. So, Capricorn, well, actually, like Saturn, the planet, when it goes through the houses, whatever house it is in, shines light on all of us and rattles our belief systems, these thoughts, beliefs, and mindsets. The should, the supposed to, the must, the have to, I think I said should already. It's all about not shoulding on ourselves. It's like, you know what? I can free myself because when there's all these expectations and all these beliefs we have, it puts blinders and it also limits the universe on what they can bring to us and how, because we're like, nope, 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 it has to be this way. Whether it's a conscious nope, 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 or a subconscious nope, nope, nope. So when we look at, okay, what beliefs do I have? What am I seeing around us? Because our inner child, our shadow will bring up situations in the outside world where the devil card is not subtle in their lessons, right? They bring it and go, "Look at this." And you're just like, "Whoa, okay, I see it." And that's what's coming up. So if you feel like, okay, I see, like, an example is like, there was a time when, in a matter of 5 days, I had 5 people contact me. Like, my mom contacted me and said her neighbor in her apartment complex, that was her friend, had passed away. Someone else contacted me, their husband had passed away, someone else's friend had passed away, someone's mentor, close mentor, passed away, and then, and someone else's a close friend tried committing suicide. And I got all of this in the matter of 5 days, and, when things like that happen, that's the Capricorn Saturn energy coming in going, "Do you see it?" And I'm like, "How can I not? What is this about? Let me look inward. What is this about death that I need to know about? What's going on?" And working through things. And that's what I feel they're telling you here is pay attention to the obvious things that are coming up, because once those webs are released, and it just takes a little snip, a little snip, a little snip, and then, it falls away. It's not like you have to deal with every single one of the, little web things here. It just takes like a, cutting in a couple places and the web disappears, right? And that's what they're having you look at. So you definitely have the ability for these dreams and manifestations to come true, but it's looking at those things that are resisting it right now. So hopefully that resonates, universe. That's what they have for you right now. So many blessings to you. All right. And so Kevin to the boohoo one. I know I murder that every time. So Kevin, you like general guidance for your up and coming challenges and struggles. All right, let's take a look here and see, what does spirit want you to know right now? What advice and guidance, right? Well, I do like these here. We have wonderful, powerful energies coming in here. One has to do with the King of Wands. This is you connecting to your higher self, but really realizing here with that Ace of Wands, the power that you have in each moment. When challenges and struggles are coming, a big piece of what happens is that we get to choose what we invest with our energy, and it also, we get to choose what story we apply to it with our mind and with our heart. So when we talk about challenges and struggles, when things come into our moment, they just are. When they become challenges and struggles is when this gets involved and this gets involved and when our energy gets involved, right? Because we have these habits and opinions that when, let's say, oh, I just found out that they're no longer need me at my job. Well, the thought that we might have been taught is, oh my God, I'm fired. They're terminating me. It's like, no, this job is no longer, for my path. It's being removed out of my life for me. It's not happening to me. I get to move forward into more towards my dream because this is no longer for me. Otherwise, I'd still be in it. And see the difference between the story that we apply to it, one of fear, based on all the opinions of the past, and one of unconditional love, knowing that what unfolds for us. Which brings in the Four of Pentacles, because the Four of Pentacles teaches us that here's those locks and the that keeps us constrained and back. It teaches us that when we're taught to define ourselves by the outside world, by relationships, situations, or things, that we feel very unstable. It is challenging. It is a struggle because it's like, I can't control any of that, but I can control this and where I invest my energy. And so when, because relationships are unstable, people change, they pass away, they never stay the same. Situations never stay the same. Things never last forever. So that's where all this instability of the outside world, when we define our worth by that, we feel unstable. But when we step into our higher self here, which represented by the king, inward and upward, that's where we find our power. That's where we find, the unconditional eternal love to define ourselves by. Talk about stable, eternal. Yeah, that's pretty stable. Unconditional, nothing you can do to lose it. Pretty stable, right? And so when we change that way we're looking at and change our habit of thinking from that way to that way, then that is what frees us up, right? It changes us. It no longer is a challenge that's happening to me. It's something happening for me. And then I can look at, instead of falling into a victimhood of, oh, why does life hate me? What did I do to deserve this, creator? You're so mean. You know, Instead we're like, oh, we take responsibility, right? We're step into our power. One, it's pretty bold to say, you know what? Everything that happens in my life, you're doing for me because you love me so much. And it's absolutely true. And it's like, okay, in fact, before I came down here, I asked to experience things, and you're bringing me what I have asked for. So it's not even that you're doing something to me, it's that you're doing something that I asked for me. And then we can step back and breathe, come back to this place of calmness and go, now, why would I want to experience this? Why would I have wanted this to happen for me? And it transforms things because we move our energy from focusing on our fears and making them come true. When we focus on what we're missing or what we don't want in our life, we grow that thing, we push things away. But when we focus on gratitude and unconditional love and the for us, then that changes the whole energy. So that's what they have, some guidance for you as life unfolds before you. It's very empowering. So I like it for you, Kevin, and that is what they have. So many, many blessings to you. And we'll be here as you go through it, right? We're your soul family. So let us know. We're here with you. All right, Michelle Lezure, you are the next free reading coming up. And good morning to you as well. Yes, it is a beautiful, blessed day, and I had weird dreams all night long. I woke up going, "Did I sleep?" But there's something going on. I know it's the eclipses are really impacting us, so enjoying these wonderful, very clear dreams. And you'd like some advice. I hope you're doing well. Sorry if I didn't say that. Um, so any advice on how to overcome stagnancy and get out of your own way? Oh, what a wonderful experience, right? Yeah. So, here's the stagnancy, the slowest moving horse out of them all, and you have the Seven of Swords. There is a message with this too that helps with our, these feelings of stagnancy, is that, you know, um, we don't change from the outside in, we change from the inside out. So it takes the outside world time to catch up with what's going on the inside. So having patience with the outside world is good to know there. And with the Seven of Swords, this is of discovering what of your own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets have been stealing from you, stealing opportunities, deceiving you, right? And so it's really taking time, allowing the time to unfold, taking the time away. And it's like, how do we get out of our own way? We discover the obstacles that we have built between us and our authentic self. And it's all these thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that we've had, right? And so really the one of the biggest things that I know have helped me in my life with this with with my lower self and all my fears, those are the ones that created the obstacles and the blinders and created all the static between me seeing myself and seeing clearly, is to just look at all these beliefs that are of fear, and not focusing so much on my human self, but realizing more and more that I'm so much more than this character, that I'm more. And when I started to see things and connect to my higher self, I saw things more clearly. Because when we're in the fog, we're in the bzzz, the swarm of things, it's hard for us to see where we go. But when we step up above the clouds and we go, "Oh, I see you. Take a left, take a right," we can have this guidance. So I really feel like spirit is nudging you just to look at the difference between the two of you that are living this human experience. And if you're interested, I do have my free series U times two. If you go to my main page, the playlist, it's like the third or fourth one down. It's just like series, and it just has a YOU times two, and it's like a short, well, it's 40 videos, I think, something like that. But they're short videos of like 5, 10, 15 minutes, 20 minutes sometimes. But it just is helps us connect and see things from this higher perspective and see how powerful we are and how so much more we are than that. So I feel like that might help out if that resonates for you there. But definitely, I see the stagnancy feeling, like things just kind of feel like you're walking through molasses. Um, but it's like that's how you get out of your own way, right? You realize, oh, I'm up here, and all the stuff that's in my way, I can lift my little self up with my higher self above the things, right? So that's what I feel is coming through for you, Michelle. So many, many blessings to you. Hang in there. You're definitely not alone in that. We all go through that. So hang in there. You're very welcome, Kevin. All right. So we'll continue to see where we're at here. So, Richa Dutta Duta. I know I probably am just murdering names. My apologies. So you'd like to know, should you approach H, we'll say, so just to not murder names, and will they reciprocate in the same way? You're a little scared. Let's take a look here and see what spirit's guidance is here for it. Is it for your highest experience to do that? And if you do, what does it look like here, right? Let's see here. And with this is kind of saying, nah, they were having you here with the high priestess. This is stepping back into your high priestess temple and really spend some time reflecting inward. Queen of Cups, I mean, it's almost like the same card because the Queen of Cups in the minor arcana, she represents water. She rolls over water. She's the master of emotion and water because all queens are given a second portion of water. So she's double. She can dive deep into her emotions like the high priestess does. Very big connection to her intuition and psychic abilities, and connecting with spirit, and that's what she does. So very much there's like saying, well, right now they're kind of saying, I wouldn't, um, turn inward and upward and connect with your spirit world. Look at your emotions, dive deep, spend time on you and your emotion, and your spiritual walk right now is what they're saying. They're like, nah, you don't. It's not in your highest experience. Um, to connect with them and to, do that. It's like, look inside, look at your fears, look at your worth, your self-love, connect to spirit. That's more where they're nudging you to right now anyway. So that's what they have for you, Richard Duta. So hang in there. Enjoy the beautiful love and connection you have with spirit, because they're kind of saying like, no, ditch them. Come spend time with us. We're much more fun. All right. So that's what they have. So many blessings to you. All right. So Ren Geronimo, we are up to you. And AH Tarot, you are like one, two, three, four, five, six or seven away right now. So we're getting there. I'm at my 2 hour mark, but I'm getting kind of toward the bottom. So we're gonna hang out a little while longer here. So Ren Geronimo, hello, hello. So a general reading for you. Wow, so you got a little bit of water happening here with the Five of Cups and the Six of Cups. And so there is this wonderful transformation that's happening in here. I mean, the Five of Cups tells us that, we come down here to experience the lower vibrational love energy that comes in here, and it's on purpose for a purpose. And so there's not a wrong emotion to feel. There's just a couple of emotions to feel. The two of normally this would be two cups here because all these would be cups. These are like spilt cups, and then there's two cups behind them. But we focus in on our spilt cups, the lower vibrational emotion of pain and suffering and anger, and all those are related to fear of rejection, fear of losing conditional love. But we also learn through this, because five is a number of transformation. We have a power of emotional choice, that every moment is about um, unconditional love or fear of losing conditional love. So we always have a choice every moment what we want to feel, even though we have got like poured into us all these opinions about when this happens, this is how you're supposed to feel. That happens, this is how you're supposed to feel. But it's a habit, it's an opinion we've taken on, and we can change our habit. I don't have to feel that way about when that happens. I don't have to feel sad or angry or bitter or blah, blah, blah. I can choose to be neutral, not feel anything, or feel something positive with it. That's the power that we have. So the Five of Cups is telling us that no emotion is right or wrong. They just impact us differently, right? When we focus on those lower vibrational fear, we get to experience feeling constricted and small and constrained, and all those emotions related to fear. And when we choose unconditional love emotions, we can feel expansive and powerful and limitless. And all those emotions related to unconditional love, like gratitude, and peace, and joy, and laughter, we get to feel those. So we get to choose that. And then in learning this, learning the power that we have with our, where we get to choose, the Six of Cups allows us to transform old emotions. It's like the nostalgia card, but it is this moving from old ways of feeling to new ways of feeling. And it is looking back at old painful memories, knowing that every memory is either of unconditional love or fear, right? It's what it comes down to. Very simplified. It's either one or the other. And if it's a painful memory, well, it's not unconditional love, it's fear. And we can go back and look at a memory and transform it when we realize that power of emotional choice. And we look and go, okay, when a human is in fear, our mind uh, activates, and our little child self, when it feels out of control or unsafe, it sounds alarm. And our little, I always say, like, we have our intelligent, compassionate, loving adult self gets booted out of the control room, and who's left in there is a little 2-year-old and their cat. And they're the ones that are ruling over our us suddenly, because it wants to feel safe and in control again, and it's going to do whatever it needs to do. But without intelligence, compassion, and love, it doesn't have any constraints. It usually does unloving, unintelligent, uncompassionate things, because it's self survival, right? And so when we go back and look at a painful memory and we're like, you know what? So this person said this and did that. That was not of unconditional love. That was of fear. So that was, that cat, it was hissing. The little 2-year-old was throwing a tantrum, wanting to feel safe again. And it's like, oh, so it's like when you swim out to rescue someone who's drowning and they're panicking, they will smack you upside your head with their arms flailing and they'll see you and grab onto you and pull you under the water and almost drown you while you're trying to save them, right? And you realize that when people act unintelligent, all you have to do is turn on the news to find that, right? But, it's like unintelligent, uncompassionate, unloving, they were in fear. It had nothing to do with us. Now, we went into fear, we're gonna make it all about us, but we can change that. We can start looking at the situation differently because it was all about fear and 2-year-olds or cats fighting, and it wasn't intelligent, it wasn't loving, and it wasn't real. That's not the reality, right? When we go into fear, we see monsters that aren't there. And there's this transformation that happens through that. So we start to look at the situation differently. We start to look at them differently, and we start looking at ourselves differently. So I feel like this is what they're wanting to know, this power of emotional choice, that neither's right, neither's wrong, and we don't have to beat ourselves up or anyone else over the emotional choices they've made. We just understand them more, going, oh, they were in fear. Ooh, I was in fear. Ooh, we were all in fear. There's like this forgiveness that comes from it, right? We stop being a vessel of pain because of someone else's actions and words, and we just pour out that pain. We forgive the person. They act. We're not going to let things like that happen again. We're smart, right? But we start to be a vessel of love instead of a vessel of pain. So that's what I feel is coming through, Ren. So many blessings to you. And we'll continue moving on down the list here. All right. Lost my place here. Oh, it's because we're down here. All right, Bear, you are up next. So S is born as K in this life. If not, will you be able to meet S again in this lifetime? Oh, okay, I get it. So you want to know if this person is born as K in this life, or are you going to be able to meet them again? Okay, I get it. I get it. So let's take a look here, Bear, and see if they're choosing to be reborn in this lifetime or they had enough. I know in our current state, we're like, you know what? Why did I want to come back here? And they're like, well, when we're on the other side, we see things differently, right? I don't think in this lifetime here, because we have the Knight of Pentacles, which is the slowest moving knight out of them all. And they're like, I almost feel like this is them saying, I'm taking a break. There's other things I want to choose here with the Seven of Cups. They're just like, you know what? I'm going to be one of your support team up here, but I'm going to be up here. I don't want to be down there. I'm going to wait a little while here. So you still have connection for them and you can still meet them again in this lifetime, just not in physical form, but in spiritual form as their higher self. So you can still, through meditation, through whatever you want to do, still communicate with them because our loved ones never leave our side. If they're like in this lifetime and they pull away, they will always be by our side until we join them back on the other side. And they have the ability to be with each and every single one of their loved ones at the same time because they're not limited by time and space like we are. When we're on the other side, I could be a billion different places all at the same time and experience them fully as well. It just blows our mind. We can't comprehend it quite a whole lot with our human brain, but they are, and they are with you. So if you want to communicate with them, they are with you. But it's just they won't be in the physical form in this lifetime. They're like, I can do so much more for you over here than I can there. And I'm enjoying it. I had enough. I did what I needed to do, kind of thing. So that's what's coming through, Bear. So many blessings to you. Hang in there, but they definitely say, hey, you can still get to know me. So I like it. All right. So Kartik Devani, you are up next for the next free reading. And keep on losing my place. Oh, there we go. So, who is the better option for you in love? Option A or option B? And no contact. All right, let's take a look here. And we're going to pull two cards, and each is going to represent the energy that spirit wants you to know around each. Because they are just options, and there's no supposed tos. It's just like whoever the energy is that aligns with you, right? So I feel like with either one of these, there's not like a. Um, I kind of feel like neither is your soul partner, is what I'm feeling, and I'm like, oh, they're stepping stones. So either one would be the perfect stepping stone, but they're not who you end up with. So Safran first, and then Vishwa is next. Okay. So I feel like saffron, they are more of an earth element, and this is mother nature, mother nurture energy, sensuality. So I feel like they bring you things more in the outside world, and they are a very nurturing person, sensual. They're successful in the outside world. So it's more of a physical, outward type of earthy type of energy that comes in with them. Um, I don't feel like long-term commitment for either one of these. I just feel like they'll bring you a period of time of this energy, and then I feel like things just fall away with either one of them. Vishwa is really air element, very much they master air. King of Swords is given a second portion of swords, um, and they are very very mental. I don't mean that like in a "ooh, mental," but cerebral. They're very much in their heads, very much about, thinking, and they communicate. They're master communicators, but you can see the difference between the 2. Saffron feels very the Queen of Pentacles also has the Queen of Cups. So emotion, and sensuality in the outside world. King of Swords is all about the mind, and with that, and so I don't feel like they're very emotional. They have a hard time expressing emotion through that. So that is what you have right there. I almost feel like they're saying maybe there's an option C, none of the above, and we'll see what's behind curtain number C, right? Uh, but I feel like neither one of them, they're just stepping, both of those are just stepping stones. I don't feel like they would bring you the long term. So that's what's coming through, Kartik. So many blessings to you. And we'll continue moving down the list here. All right. So, Julia, hello, hello. So, can we tell you about David's next move towards you? All right, David. What are their next moves towards you? Oh, okay. So you have the Queen of Cups, you have the Knight of Pentacles, and then they wanted a third card, which was the Tower. And we've got the Queen of Cups here, which is about this is trusting your intuition, trusting your gut, trusting what you're feeling. The Knight of Pentacles is things moving very, very, very slowly. And the Tower is about, things changing. Um, Things are moved out of our life on purpose for a purpose, and things are moved into our life on purpose for a purpose. But things are moved out to make space for new things to come in, to get things out of our path to move forward here. So I just feel like things are being drug out, but I feel like things kind of just change in the end there. But I kind of feel like you have all this instinct, your spidey senses going off, going, yeah, I know this is coming. I know this is where it's ending, where it's heading, and where it's ending, and going through. But I just feel like it's almost like a slow, like taking a band-aid off, just on a hairy arm, very, very slowly, one hair at a time. Ow, ow, and it just feels like it's like you're ready for this to end, I feel like. And you're ready for it to move away and to make space to move into something more in alignment with who you are and where you want to be and what you want to do. But it's okay. I just feel like um, whatever this changes, it just feels like it's ready. The wait is ready to be ended as well. If that feels more like it, it just feels like this ending and this long wait, um, just allowing things that need to fall away and allow things that come in. But definitely trust your gut and trust your intuition here with all of this. Yeah. So that's what I feel is coming through here. Because this isn't the Leo, right? But that's what's coming through here. I just feel like it's someone else. All right. Okay. Very good. All right. It is a Leo. Oh, interesting. So I just feel like, yeah, letting whatever needs to fall away. But yeah, so that's weird. But it makes sense as well too. That there's just needs to have allowing things to fall away that need to fall away. And yeah, well, we talked about that already. About it feels like it's taking forever, but they'll get there. All right, actually, Mary the Aries, I'm to you right now. So hello, hello, long time no see. Absolutely. Right, right. Yes, blessings to you. That sounds like a good idea, Julia. Yay! I am doing very well, Mary. Hopefully you're doing well. And let's take a look here. See, like a love reading. Let's take a look and see what's going on there. All right. Well, they say that's it here. Well, you have some faded things that will be coming forward here that you will feel like that are for you. Very decisive. Yeah. Well, you got the King of Swords here, which, all about the mind and the decision making and thoughts and beliefs and mindsets and supposed tos and shoulds and need tos and have tos and musts. So, there's this, the King of Swords rules over air. They actually master the air because not only do they rule over it, all the kings are given a second portion of air. So he has both air, which means he's the master of it. And so this is a lot of stuff going on in your mind. Try to see things from a higher perspective. Try to connect to the spiritual wisdom of up above, seeing things from a higher perspective, cutting away the old thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that are restricting, right? Those that are rooted in the fears of losing conditional love, the fears of rejection. What fears do we have? Fears of failing, whatever it may be. See things from a higher perspective because the Wheel of Fortune does tell us that everything that happens in our life does happen for us. And when the Wheel of Fortune comes up, it even, this is endings and new beginnings that come in. It is even telling us that our human side wants to sees it as happening for us. It's the wheel of the fortune, the tune of for you. And so this changes that are coming up and things, this definitely is seeing those things from that perspective. Yeah. So it's really facing the fears and, well, endings and new beginnings. So if you're like wondering, is it in my highest experience to, grab your dogs and leave state, um this feeling of renewal, endings and new beginnings, coming in here, seeing things, cutting ties, cutting old fears, old ways of supposed tos and shoulds and need tos and have tos and musts. You know, it does feel very new adventurous. It does feel, the wheels are turning and having you, there is movement, represented here too. So it does feel very much like a fresh start. It does feel very much like, you know, um, really getting into the mind and releasing fear is such a huge thing. you know, what aren't we learning? We're always learning. It's just when are we ready to make adjustments and make changes? And we never do until we're ready to. No one ever can ever force us, to do something that we don't want to do, right? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Definitely, definitely, see what's coming here. Yeah, you have the Queen of Pentacles. It's Mother Nature, Mother Nurture. You need to do what is for you, right? Yeah, you need to do what is for you. Queen of Pentacles is a new birth, again, reinforced there. So it is all about the new. It's all about a fresh start, a fresh birth. So I kind of feel like if you're with us asking spirit, they're saying, "Yep, it's time to cut and go." But that's what they have for you, Mary. Hang in there. It's very Aries. New birth is very Aries, right? Let's go. All right. But that's what they have for you right now. I do have other I need to go on to here. I could talk to you all night. Okay. So, many blessings and much love to you, Mary. That is what they have for you right now. Punita, you are up next. And so you want to ask kind of what's coming to you in love. All right, let's take a look here. And AH Tarot, you are up next. All right. Let's do very interesting here, Punita. So you've got the Two of Swords, which is like you're standing in a at a fork in the road of decisions to make here, right? And I feel like here you've got the Seven of Pentacles, which is patience and waiting. The fruit is going to grow, it'll eventually come here. And then I feel like you have the Chariot, which is all about action and movement and go. And I kind of feel like you're in this um, choice here. At least it's coming up here in the near future where you're like, it's either two people or a situation because I feel like um, there's someone that you can take action on and move towards, or there's someone that you feel like if I wait long enough, I want them. But you're like, but I can move sooner, but I want them. And it's like you're going back and forth, going, well, I'm not sure this will ever come to pass, but I know if I move on this one, things will move forward and I can move that. But what do I don't know. But what if I want? And I feel like, Spirit is saying, just really take a moment here, close your eyes and open your heart and see what your heart truly wants, not what your mind wants. Not the supposed to, should, need to, have to, must, but making the decision based on what your heart, allow your heart to have a seat at the table at least. Allow your heart and your mind to speak up here and not just go off of the mind, right? And go, okay, you know what? This one, I want this in my mind because this person, you know, is like everything on the list I've been given on what a perfect spouse or partner for my life would be. But is it what my heart really wants? My heart wants me to go this direction and they want me to act on that. And then it's like, okay, I get to choose. I get to choose which way I want to go and what I want to do. But the big message is close your eyes and open your heart. So that is what is coming through, Benita. Hopefully that makes sense. And if not, it might here very shortly. All right. So many blessings to you. All right. You're very welcome, Mary. All right. So AH Tarot, thank you for your patience on getting down here. I know it's been a couple hours. Um, I am doing very well. You can definitely have a general reading. And so my zodiac sign, I am an Aquarius sun. I do have a stellium in Pisces, including my moon and Mercury, Venus, I think Saturn. I think that's right. rising sign Capricorn. So very interesting. So if you're going like, why is he so crazy? You're like, oh, that's why. All right, let's take a look here, AH Tarot. What does Spirit have for you right now? What do they want you to know? All right. So they want to give you one tarot, and they do want to give you a Cosmic Journey Oracle uh, card as well. Got card number 1, 3, 2, 1, jump. Love it, love it, love it. I love these cards too. Very funny. Let's see. Do you got the Magician? No. Okay. Well, you got the Page. Okay. And then you have the Page of Cups here as well. So leaping into new love, maybe. Let's take a look. So card number 1 says here, how many times have you been just at the edge, but then turned around? Have you ever been in a situation similar to the one that you're faced with now? Perhaps it seems scary only because you think you don't have a net. Do you believe your wings will appear when you leap? If only you knew then what you know now, you have so many unseen cheerleaders rooting for you, which you know. So the countdown is on. They're all cheering. 3, 2, 1, jump. These cards come with the cosmic catalyst question, which is, what am I standing on the precipice of? What will it take for me to finally jump? And the cosmic checkbox, which is something you can do if it resonates, says, place at least one immovable date on your calendar that will force you to move forward. Ooh. So they're kind of, nudging you to jump into this new love, this new, venture, whatever it is here. The Page, of course, is all about newness as well. And of course, the heart is moving forward here. Here you are facing, the heart here, the Ace of Cups, and facing that inner love and the outer love as well. So I feel like this is a big nudge of saying, hey, if not now, when? 3, 2, 1, jump. So I like that for you, AH Tarot. So many, many blessings to you. Thanks for your patience while that was coming out. All right, very good here. All right, Lisa, I think we already took care of you there. And purple, you are up. And say, can you ask a question? You absolutely can ask a question. I think I see you do it down below here. Let me just make sure I'm not skipping anyone here. So that was Daisy and Dune. All right, there it is. So purple. Will Alex and you reconcile? Oh, bonjour. Welcome from France. Thank you so much for being a follower all on the other side of the world. What time is it there? It's probably like late, right? Let's take a look here. So will you reconcile with Alex? Whoa, okay. Oh my gosh. With the 3 of Pentacles coming in here, I had this kind of energy that this is all about being true to your authentic self and not being swayed off on either side by expectations of supposed tos and shoulds and need tos, like, oh, I should want to reconcile, I should be want to back with them. I just kind of feel like there's this energy coming in because we have the Temperance card, which is all about balance and patience. And I'm like, can you give me clarity on this? And they're like, well, here, want more balance, justice? And I feel like this period of time has been happening here, since when you've, split up. But the Justice card is all about connecting to capital T truths of the higher realm, cutting away the fears of losing conditional love the fears of rejection and all those rooted in fear, to help us see things more from the higher level, seeing who it is you truly want to be, your true authentic self, your true authentic path. And that I don't feel like it has Alex in it with you here, because I feel like when you really get down to it and you balance these things out, and with the patience and the tempering is about base metal turning into gold. I just feel like, um, as this time unfolds, as this goes back and forth, that you really free up thoughts and beliefs that keep you connected, and you realize more about yourself, going, for me to be true to the authentic me, not trying to live a life that I feel everyone wants me to live, that I want to go in a different direction. So I feel like c'est la vie. Those are probably my two French words I know. Like, c'est la vie, you know, que sera, sera, and you're like, I'm ready to move in a direction more true to me. And I feel as you let those fears go and the old attachments go, you realize that this was for my best, and it clears and allows me to move forward. So I feel like that's what's coming through purple. So hang in there. Many blessings to you, and much love to you. All right, let me see where we're at here. So we completed that one. And LA, good morning to you, or it's afternoon probably by now. So hello, hello. And you want to know. So Michael's actions for the rest of April. Is he going to reach out to you? All right. I do see a lot of movement here. Eight of Wands is very fast, passionate movement, and the Chariot, movement, movement, movement coming in here. So I really feel like they will reach out to you during this month, because also I look at these as like satellite dishes with communication coming in. So that is really standing out here in these big ears to hear, and communication. I normally don't see that as that, but that's really standing out here too. Their actions, I feel, are passionate. They're making a lot of choices too with this Chariot card. So I feel like a lot of what's going on, I mean, they're just trying to figure out, like, what do I want to decide? How do I want to feel? What do I want to do? I just feel like there's a lot of choices that are filling their life right now too. But I do feel like there's a lot of activity, a lot of movement going on, and that they will reach out to you. I just feel like their life is like a tornado right now, and they're doing backflips and flipping all over the place, and they're just like, whoa, they almost feel dizzy with everything that's unfolding in their life. But I definitely, with that movement and towards you, definitely feel like there will be communication within the next week before the end of April. So that's what's coming through, LA. So many blessings to you. All right. Hello, Marie. Um, you definitely can ask a question. I don't see if you have asked one here. If you're still here, go ahead and ask your question. I might be able to get down there. I'm been on for 2.5 hours, so I'll probably be on just a little bit longer. So if you want to ask your question, just pop it down below, and we will pull cards for that. All right, Crystal Lee, BI, hello, hello. And a general reading. All right, let's take a look here. All right. Do you have the High Priestess here and the Two of Swords? I feel like with these two twos, you do have some decision to make right now. And, Spirit is asking to kind of step back and really look into, the High Priestess temple is look into your subconscious, your emotions behind the veil, connect to Spirit. This is also close your eyes and open your heart with these decisions. And it's about looking in here, because you do have the Nine of Wands, where you kind of have felt like there's been something blocking you to make these decisions. And it has to do with what's going on below in the subconscious area of your life. there's an invisible forest field where even though you're wanting to move forward, you're wanting to receive, you're wanting, these different things, you just feel like you just can't move. You're like, what is this? I feel like there's an invisible barrier. And that's what it is. It's your little child self that has some beliefs around worth and receiving that can be looked at, going back and looking at your earlier childhood. Your emotional body is 7 years old and younger. And when we look at things like, um, what do I felt I had to do to get love and attention when I was young, the extreme things, bringing some stuff into our consciousness from the subconscious to the consciousness allows us to transform and change some things, change some beliefs, because just realizing and thinking about them allows the charged emotion that's still running below the surface down here impacting your life. It allows it to dissipate and flow, and that's what takes down the barriers, because it realizes those things were important to protect us when we were young, but things are different now. The old ways of thinking and being don't fit for what you're going through now. And so reflecting on those does help free you up. And so doing some shadow work, looking at some of those little things does help you with that. So that's what they have for you, Krista Lee. So many blessings to you there. All right. I do have a couple donations that have come through. So I'm going to jump down to those as soon as I see. Okay. So Starfall, you're my last. Um, you'll be the next free reading. So Dune, you are up next here. So Dune, financial situation in the near future. So almost knock off some cards here. Right. Let's see, anything else here? Evidently so. All right, let's take a look here. All right. So I do like this here for you. You've got well, here's the 10 of Pentacles, abundance in the outside world, and you have the 9 of Cups, which is about, dreams come true, emotional fulfillment, and the Hermit card. Hermit card is about this journey of, making sure you're taking time for you, focusing on things connecting to the spirit world here, because this does unfold. You do have the financial situation changes in the near future here with these cards, but with the 9 here, the 9 and the Hermit card, both of this is a huge internal switch and change that brings around the 10 of Pentacles, because the nines do draw you inward. The 9 of Cups, like I said, is wish fulfillment, but there can be something around our wish fulfillment with those coming together, that we have this idea of what would mean our dream come true. But when the Hermit goes, well, I know that's what you are thinking that you want, because this is what we've been taught to believe. But they're like, come here, I want to talk to you. That's like spirit going, hey, can we just let's go into my office. Let's just go in here and have, some coffee and chat about life. And I just want to show you some different perspectives of life. And they show you things from up above. And you're just like, oh, wow, I thought that's what I wanted, but I didn't even realize this was there. And I feel like there's this switch of wish fulfillment emotion with the 9 of Cups that changes with that Hermit's journey, and it allows you to see things differently in your life. And abundance comes in a different way. Finances, definitely improve, but it's like the abundant feeling, it just changes your whole perspective of different things too. So it's like your higher self is drawing you into this, not that you have to be complete hermit, but they want you to really have time in whatever it's meditation or whatever it may be. Just spend some time connecting, and they are going to show you some wonderful things that help the whole situation as well. So that's what they have for you, Dune. So many blessings for you. Thank you again for your donation. Hey, VD Jalan, thank you for your donation. And you can ask a health related question. For health related questions, just I have to say this in the United States, you know, we're always encouraged to consult, licensed professionals for medical, for, business, for, counseling, whatever. Tarot is designed for entertainment purposes only, and everyone ultimately needs to make their own decisions. With that said, we can pull cards for that as well. So, Vidi, you would like some guidance regarding your dad's health? He's not been well for a while. Okay, so Ayurvedic medication, but now have sort of lost trust in who's going to. Okay, let's take a look here and see what does Spirit have for you regarding this. Okay. Okay, anything else? All right. Wow. Blown away. I just get blown away sometimes. Okay, a lot of times. So this deck has like for like the royalty, they have like divine masculine, divine feminine around things around them. King of Swords, King of Swords. Got both of the King of Swords in here. And when you're talking about them getting scared, this talks about how they get stuck in their mind, right? That they have a lot of thinking and they overthink, and they're the master of thought and belief and mindset, these two are. And they grant this Ace of Swords, which allows them to see things from a higher perspective and really question the fears they have. We are all given a lot of small t truths, the supposed to's, the shoulds, the need to's, the have to's, the musts. And when we get caught up in our fears, definitely it impacts our body. When when we are in a place of calm and peace and we're centered, our bodies are healing machines, right? I mean, they kick out cancer, they transform things, they heal, they regenerate. Like my cut my finger, I don't have to every day go, now heal. It just knows how to heal, right? It's amazing. But our mindsets and a lot of our subconscious stuff just really, really can take over, right? And when we're in fight or flight mode, it's designed to get us out of danger, immediate danger, by fighting or fleeing, right? And when we're doing that, it does shut down our immune system. It shuts down our digestive system. It floods our nervous system with adrenaline. I mean, you can just Google, fight or flight impact on body, and you'll just see tons of studies out there about how so much of our disease is from stress. It's from fear, right? So the mindset is huge here with what Spirit is saying here. And Seven of Pentacles, like you're saying, it's about what's the last thing that grows on a fruit tree of fruit. It's like it takes time for things to heal, takes time for things to turn around, but we lose patience. And especially if we go in fear, it takes us back. And we get out of fear, we move up a little bit. Oh, fear, we move back. And, that just impacts us that way. So really, we've got the Two of Wands and the Knight of Wands. Two of Wands tells us whatever we focus our energy on is what does grow and expand. And, this energy means that there's a ton of energy available to make things happen fast. The Two of Wands, and this can help them if they are open to it, is each moment, like we're talking about, if I focus on my fears, like if I fear something's missing in my life, my energy will push it farther away because my body and energy and the universe, what they're hearing is, um, I enjoy missing this. And they're like, oh, give them more of the missing because they're focusing on the missing. They must like it. Or if we focus on what's happening in our life that we don't want, it's like we're telling the universe and our body and our energy, I really enjoy not wanting this in my life. Well, give them more of this not wanting this in my life, right? And so they have this, kind of thing come in. And so they have, that if we focus our fear on what we fear will leave our lives, we will repel it out of our life. If I fear and focus my energy on what I fear will come into my life, I draw it in. How what I can do with the Two of Wands, with the energy and the change of that, is that I can focus on gratitude for what is. I can focus on what I do want to draw in, and I can focus in on unconditional love and joy and laughter and peace that draws and brings those things in. So, like the I can't even say it right now, Ayurvedic medication, it can work, right? Things can work. But when we fear, we shut down so much of it, and our energy, when we focus on our fears, will draw that stuff in. So there can be a a change of gratitude if they can make mantras of gratitude, if they can focus on, um, you know, I know for me, one of the big things to be able to change our habit of focusing on fear, because we're taught to focus on our fears. Everyone is as a human child, right? Unless you're given to a Buddhist monastery when you're young, they might teach you differently, but majority of us are taught that. We change our habit. And I usually talk about, putting a little vibrating alarm on our phone every waking hour to return to gratitude, because we'll get drawn out. The vibrating alarm, oh yeah, that's right, return back to gratitude. We'll get drawn back, nope, return back to gratitude. So that is what, I feel they want right now, VD, for any advice and, energy around that for right now. So hopefully that helps. Again, thank you so much for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. You are very welcome. All right. Wait. LA, you're so funny. Thank you for your no question, thankful donation, LA. And I see you have another donation. All right. So you want to know about your first boyfriend's friends and family plan. How do they view him and how will they view you? Okay. So let's take a look here. Of course, their views vary by, how who it is and what they're going through, right? That's when we ask about viewpoints of other people, of how they see us. When a monkey looks in a mirror, they see a monkey. When a squirrel looks in a mirror, it sees a squirrel, right? So we can't help what people see. You're obsessed with Casper. Right? You're so funny. But so we'll see what comes through here. What does spirit want you to know? Like, what's the overall consensus when people are in a calm place? How do they how clearly can they see you, right? So let's take a look here. This is how they see you. All right. So this is generally how they see them. Someone who's very patient, who takes time to get things done, and they don't just like leap without thinking, because I almost feel like maybe they're a Capricorn type of energy, because this is the big thinkers. These are the Saturn energy, where they really look at things, they look at their life, they analyze, they question their big thoughts and beliefs and mindsets. And so they've really done a lot of their shadow work, and they've taken the time. So they're not in big rushes, because they've really found really big truths within themselves about who they are, what they want, not trying to please the outside world. We can sometimes get so caught up in rush in the outside world, because we're caught up in the end result. Like, I have to get somewhere to be lovable and acceptable. But when we find that within ourselves, we can just wander and walk calmly through life, enjoying the moments, because I'm not like, I have to get to there. It's like, if I get to there, I just have to turn around and come back. I'm enjoying the process. I'm enjoying the journey. And I really like that patience and that calmness, and that they've done a lot of their, why do I feel that way? Why do I have these expectations? Oh, these are opinion. These are not me. I get to do this, right? So I like that. And then I feel like the majority of them are they're gonna see you here. Someone who's very fiery, very energetic, able to go, 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 go. Um, and I kind of feel like that's a good balance because I feel like they can maybe take too much time in making decisions and doing things that friends and family are like, someone needs to put some fire under their butt. And you're like, here I am. And it's a good balance. They help slow you down and you help speed them up. So I feel like this is the perception of the family and friends is like, we like that. And the star card here, this is like a wish come true. I feel like you are really what they feel that they need. They need someone like you, and they kind of their opinion of you is that it's like a dream come true for them. So I really like that for it because they have the Six of Wands. They all see it as this victory. They see it as, you know, um, uh, it's a recognition type of card where they recognize you and you are seen, and it's almost like they might put you up on a pedestal a bit of they're like, "We really like them," and I almost feel like your first boyfriend, they'll be almost like, "Wait a minute, why are you guys on her side? Why you, what about me?" You know, because like, I feel like they fuss over you a lot in positive ways, and they're kinda like, "Well, gee," they're glad that their friends and family like you, but they almost feel like, "Why am I being left out?" Buddha, 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 boo boo. But it doesn't cause any harm, but, I almost feel like they joke about it. "Gee." So I like it. Very positive though, LA. I really, really like it. I don't blame you for being obsessed with Casper. He is a friendly ghost. Soon, soon, soon. So that is what they have. So many blessings to you. You're very welcome, Michelle. All right. And Krista Lee, very welcome. All right, let me see where we're at here. All right. So, Starfall, we had left off with you, and you'd like some cards on your personality. All right. Let's take a look here and see. How many personalities do you have? I'm just kidding, right? That's what we would ask. Oh, wow. Well, you have two personalities. Are you a Gemini? Because here's the Gemini energy here for sure. But I like this because with the twos, I feel like you have a wonderful balance here. Of course, they're balancing here. The Two of Pentacles is a balanced outside world of up and lower here. I feel like you are a very loving individual, and you're not very quick to form deep relationships. I feel like your inner circle is very small. Like your true inner circle is very small. There's people that feel like they're in your inner circle because I feel like you have this ability to how you interact with people that they feel very special and they feel very validated. That's a word that should come in there, but that's actually a secondary circle. You have a very, very tiny, small inner circle, but it's like an inner circle, but you have an inner circle, which is a lot of people. But you have your inner circle. It's just very few that really know you. I feel like a lot of times here with your personality, you will be the one that listens to everyone else. And like you go to lunch and they go, "How are you?" And you're like, "I'm doing great. How about you?" And they go, "Oh my god." And then they're like, "But so what's going on in your life?" "Oh, I gotta go. It's like there's usually not time for people to know about you, and you don't really readily share or need a lot of people to be that for you because you've learned. I think feel you've really felt you've had to learn to do that on your own from very young. It's like almost like you've been an adult from very young in your life, and you've been learned. Have you really learned to be independent of that? But when you need it, you have a very small inner circle that you trust and that you allow that to happen there. So very you touch people's lives, and it's very beautiful, and I'm glad that you do have that tiny, tiny inner circle when you need it. You know who you can call that will be like, "Come here, lay it on me," and you can just be like, "Bleh," without judgment, without, and sometimes without even, um, uh, like, answers, or without them trying to fix it. So, they're like, it's almost like you have this understanding. I need to vent. And they're like, okay, do it. And they just sit there and go, "Mhm, yeah, I know. Okay." And then you're like, thank you. And like, okay, bye. Hug, hug, you know, or you're like, I need advice. And they're like, okay, lay it on me. You have this understanding. That's what I feel is coming through Starfall. So hopefully that resonates. But I like it. So many blessings to you. That's what they have for you right now. All right. So Amber Olden, you'd like a love reading. So let's take a look here and see what they have coming in here. All right. So Amber, I feel here, and these cards are coming out here pretty cool because you got the Two of Swords here, which is this in your decision on making a decision around love and who you want, and as you go down there, this is about close your eyes and see with your heart. Don't make it just with your mind. There is seems to be like there's this, we're given all these supposed to's and shoulds and need to's and have to's and must around. Who are you supposed to be in love? Who are they supposed to be in love? How are you supposed to meet? How is it supposed to unfold? How is it supposed to end up? Blah, 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 blah. So many rules that we're given, right? And so we can get caught up in our mind, and it's so confusing, and right? We don't know what to do. But when we close our eye and open our heart to our true heart, we have the new moon up here, allows us to see things from a different perspective. And I like them sitting up here, really reflecting on what does, what do I truly want from love? Do I want the marriage and the kids and the dog and the big mortgage and lifetimes of all this events? Is that what I want? Well, if I do, then who do I want? You know, Releasing a lot of the expectations from the past of everyone telling us who it's supposed to be. A lot of times it's so freeing just to step into your high heart and connect with spirit and go, you know what? I trust you to bring in the perfect person in the perfect time in the perfect way. I'm letting all this other rules just go away because we have too many of them. We restrict it, and spirit, jokes that, well, that person in that way in that time, that's actually on back order for 1,000 years. So you're not going to be able to have that in this lifetime. You're like, oh, okay, let me remove some of these restrictions because there's so many more opportunities and so many different ways that spirit can bring it in and bring them in for us if we'll open up more. And I kind of feel like that's what's going on right now with spirit for this moment today. So that's what they have for you, Amber. Many blessings to you. All right, Kevin, you are very welcome. You're welcome, Ren and Richa. All right, just making sure I'm not skipping anyone here. Just highlight that so I can scroll up. Hey, lovely, lovey. I think we are to you here. Very good. So, hello, hello. So, today is the anniversary of your elder daughter surviving attempted murder. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Let's take a look here. Okay. So we've got the Three of Wands here, and I do show her taking a change of direction. So that's positive here because I feel like this is her accepting help and changing the direction that she's been going in her life. The Star card here does represent balancing out, and usually the Star card will have seven stars, which represent our chakras and balancing. Aquarian energy too. So I feel um, like an Aquarian energy is going to step in and help and assist. And, um, you know, being an Aquarian, I understand that sometimes it takes a quirky person like an Aquarian doing things in a way that is weird and out of the ordinary. I just feel like that's what's going to happen. They're going to come across someone who doesn't do things like normal, like the old ways of doing things. It's the Aquarian rebel. The old ways of doing stuff just don't work anymore. It's time for the age of Aquarius. And I feel like that's going to take someone that comes into their life that just presents things in a totally off the wall, quirky, weird way that allows them to open up. They're showing me Patch Adams, the movie, when with Robin Williams played in it, right? Where he did like the little clown nose, did something so weird and out of the ordinary that it allowed people to be open. And that's what I feel will happen here with the Three of Wands too. I'm just gonna quickly use one of the standard card deck here because this is something that I'm experimenting with from Spirit about timing. Because we have a lot of our human loves time. So we'll see here if they'll give us um, a time frame or a range. Okay. So we do have 3 to 9 months here, I feel, is what is going to open up here. So much of the timing with that depends on what your daughter's journey is and what energy she's putting into it. We can't, unfortunately, or fortunately, it depends on how we look at it, right? I know from a mother's standpoint and from our higher, huge hearts, we wish we could just take everyone's pain away and help people and make people do things that we just know are, what they need, right? But uh unfortunately, again, unfortunately for slash fortunately, we uh all we can do is send love to people. We can make it easier or harder for people to choose fear or love, but we can't make them choose. And thankfully, no one can make us choose either, because if someone was, really like a serial killer and they wanted to make us feel bad and everything that, people could make us feel bad, but no one can't until we're ready to feel bad or to feel better. And when we're ready, and all you can do is, that tightness in our chest when we have someone we care about so much, or people going through things in the world where we just feel helpless and we can't do anything. It's like a garden hose. Our heart is activated. Our soul wants to give love and help somehow. And if we can't do anything, usually if we can do something in the physical world, the love energy flows through that, and then we feel good. We don't feel this tightness in our chest. But when we feel like we can't, it's like the nozzle on a garden hose is on full blast, but the little sprayer is turned off, and you can just feel the tightness of the garden hose. So the pressure is building up inside because this love wants to do something, but we don't feel like we can do anything around about it. We spiritually, we can, take a deep breath, step back, and then allow that love to flow from our heart in whatever way, a stream, a lightning bolt, bubbles, whatever feels right for you, it just goes to them. And even if we feel the person, the human character, wouldn't take the love, the higher self behind this character, their true higher self is like, to send it, I'll use it. And they'll allow it to surround the situation, and their higher self will use that love. And so whenever you feel that heart aching, you can send love to them. When it returns, to send more love, and it does change the world. That will help change the atmosphere. It'll make it easier for them to choose love over fear, as the atmosphere around them, the energetic atmosphere begins to change. And when they're ready, when for their life journey and their life purpose, they'll do that 3 of Wands and make that change, and ta-da, the quirky Aquarian appears. So, um, hang in there, lovely, lovey. And that's what they have for you right now. So we send your daughter much, much love. What a challenging situation that they chose to experience in this lifetime. I know not many of us would. All right, so many blessings to you. And Luna Ray, you are up next. Yeah, exactly. All you can do is send his love. I feel like it's an Aquarius sun because of how they have to be seen, you know? So a lot of Aquarius energy. That's good. So you guys will understand and relate to the Aquarian and allow them to do their stuff, right? You'll be like, oh, yeah. All right. So Luna Ray, hello, hello. So what is next for you in love? All right. Well, you definitely have new love coming your way here with the Ace of Wands, which is new passion that comes in. And the 9 of Wands, the 9 of Wands is about, I feel like the 9 of Wands normally means like there's been this barrier before. But with the Ace of Wands coming in here, I feel like you really have been doing a lot of realization and working on emotional release and mental release of things, because I just feel like the 9 of Wands, it's like they're telling me here, yep, been there, have the t shirt. Here's the 9 of Wands t shirt. Yep, I've been in there. I know what that's all about, right? And so there is this progress that's being made, because the 9 of Wands, with the nine huge, staves that normally are the block, when you reach out and grab one of the Ace of Wands and you step into your authority, you step into your power, it leaves the gap perfectly the size of you to walk through. And I feel like that's what's been happening and what's going on here. And you're stepping into this, realizing where I focus my energy is what grows and expands. And so I'm not focusing on that I'm missing love in my life or what's in my life that I don't want, or any of those fears. You're focusing in on gratitude. You're focusing on your energy, what you do want to have come in, focusing on unconditional love, enjoying laughter. I feel like you've been doing this. And because of that, this gap is opening up as you're taking your power. And so new passion does come in here for you. So that's what's coming in. A new ignition is happening with love for yourself and love for the outside world, and openness, I feel, to love. And so I feel like there's this, you're stepping through this forest field that was there before, that where your inner child was like, no, no, we can't go there. I feel like you're really stepping into your worth as an individual, that's allowing you to be open to love. And this is where it's happening and where you're going. So I like that for you, Luna Ray. Many, many blessings to you. That's what they have for you right now. All right. All right. And lovey, I'm going to I've been on 3 hours, and I want to just to make sure I got a couple more people that haven't had one question answered. So if we can come back to that one here between now and the end of April for your May, your May reading, I appreciate it. I know you understand. All right. So Melody, hi, and I am good, and thank you for being a new subscriber and being welcome to the Soul family here. Hopefully, we'll see you here again. We'd love to have you. And what are Giannis's energy towards you? So we'll take a look at that here. I do want to thank everybody too for all the thumbs up that you've given the video. It does help spread the Zen love out to the world. So thank you for being part of the love tsunami. All right, so I just need to refresh the cards there because they were all flying out all over the place. So let's see here. Yanni's energy towards you. Maybe it is all over the place. All right. Well, this card had flown out and it flown out again. So we definitely know this was part of it. We have the Page of Cups. So there is this, new love type of energy coming in where they're very drawn to you for that. But, I feel like they've been really hesitant and acting out because of some fears they have in their life. The Eight of Swords represents our thoughts, our beliefs, our mindsets, our attitudes, our expectations. And the 8 is a great card because it shows that they're lifting the lid from their cage. They're realizing what of their own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets have made them feel restricted and small and trapped. And that's what's been holding them back from moving on that love and taking action toward it. So this is a work in progress here. That's why this isn't necessarily happening yet. But this is what's in their heart. And they do want to express it, but they're just working on getting out of the cage first. So that is what's happening right now for you here. So whatever these fears are, there's just pains from their past. There's some limiting beliefs about, who they are and, all those lovely things that we all get to experience. But they're allowing themselves to be free from that um, bit by bit. It's like they're peeling away some of the bars and trying to push off the ceiling, but they are working on it, which is good. And that's what they have for you right now, Melody. So many blessings to you, and thank you again for being a new subscriber. All right, Nura AS, you want to know, will you see Daniel again and when? Let's take a look here. Nura, with this coming in here, with the Three of Swords, this is like the disappointment card. So I don't feel like you're going to see Daniel again. Um, the World card does tell us that it's an ending of an old cycle and a new beginning of a new adventure. And I feel like whatever you learned through this, it's allowing you to release expectations, head off into this new adventure with someone and something that's new to you, and it's more free of supposed tos and shoulds and need tos, because the Three of Swords tells us expectations equal disappointment, and we're given a ton of expectations in our life since we're very young about the supposed to, the should, the need to, the have to, the must, and it cages us. It does make us feel small and restricted and disappointed because no one can live up to that long list of expectations we're given. We can't live up to others. We're disappointing to people. People are disappointing to us. Situations are disappointing. Eventually, we're like, get rid of all these expectations. I'm just going to go off on this new journey, which is what happens after that World card. That's the last card in the major arcana. And you start over at the zero, which is the Fool. It's a new path, a new adventure, free. It's like when a child is born, they don't have any rules. They're like, woohoo. It's only as we get older, when children start to get the no, no, yes, yes, praise and punishment, that we get all the cage built around us. This is a more freer feeling with someone, that comes. So I don't feel like you will see Daniel again, but it is for you. I feel like they allowed you to see some of these expectations through disappointments and going, why do I even care about that? Psh, psh. So I feel like this transformation is coming for you, but where you're headed, so much more exciting and more of an adventure than where you'd have ended with Daniel. So it is for you. I know it might be hard to feel it now, but it is for you. And you'll see it eventually when you go, woo, I'm so glad. All right. So that's what they have for you, Nura. So many blessings for you. All right. Very, very good. All right. Just take a look here. Make sure I'm not skipping anyone here. Thank you guys so much. All right. Yeah, lovely, lovely. I mean, I've been on for 3 hours and 15 minutes. So Ridhima Sharma, you'll be my last free reading. And then I will be back here in about less than 5 hours for my evening session. So before I do the final reading, I just want to make sure everyone knows too, I do have a weekly giveaway on Mondays. So here is the link to that. Every Tuesday, I put out a video for the following Monday about what I'm giving away, and I'll be giving away two 30-minute person recorded readings tomorrow. And there's also giveaway news on there about a monthly giveaway, which has to do with my April or my monthly readings. If you haven't checked out your monthly readings yet, here's the link to the playlist for that. So if you want to check out what advice and spirit has for you guys, or with this eclipse retrograde energy that we're having. I loved it because they were like, we asked spirit for help, and then anything else that could help us through this wonderful month with eclipses and everything else going on. And then I do put out a weekly, at least one a week, pick a card. And here's the one from this week, which had to do with the Aries new moon solar eclipse energy and the sun moving into Taurus. So happy birthday to all you Taurians. And about the Mercury retrograde too. We're full blown into Mercury retrograde now, and just what those energies are bringing. I also have a ton of other pick a card readings around relationship and career, life purpose, and spiritual things, and a ton of others. So if you check out my main page, you can see those. I have also some video series that I put out that are all free as well. So if you guys want to check any of those out, feel free to do so. I am here Wednesday through Sunday nights at 7 p.m. Mountain Time, and Friday, Saturday, Sunday mornings at 11 a.m. Mountain Time. So sometimes I go longer. I usually only stay on an hour and a half, 2 hours, but the last 2 days I just have gone 3 hours. I do need to balance though. So that's why the last free reading will be here for Ridhima Sharma. And so you want to know about love. So let's take a look here. All right. So I do see here the Hanged Man here. This represents like it's like a cocoon, like a caterpillar. It takes time. There is this, holding off. It's been slow coming, right? But it happens on purpose for us with this too. So there is this energy here of waiting, transformation. The caterpillar goes through its little caterpillar juice where it's letting go of things that no longer serve, preparing them, raising their love vibration, because that's what happens when we have a waiting card that comes in. And this is about things you know um, will unfold eventually. But while we're waiting, it's focusing inward and upward and raising our love vibration in different ways. You have the Ace of Wands too, which represents new passion, new drive, new excitement that's coming. So I feel like you've been in this for a while, and it's almost over, and you will have this coming. But while you're waiting, continue to look at that love that you have for yourself, your self love. And it's a win win win, because when we turn inward and upward and connect to the unconditional eternal love of the higher realms, and we really step into the awareness of how loved we are and lovable we are, it also expands our ability to give and receive love to the outside world, because we cannot give love more than to the extent we love ourselves, nor receive love from others more than to the extent we love ourselves. So when I love myself that much, no matter how much love they want to give me, it's just going to dribble in. And no matter how much love I want to give them, it's just going to dribble out. But as I expand my self love, that also grows. And so my ability to flood love out and receive floods of love back also increases. So, just know that as we're going through this change, this transformation, and this waiting, that it is for us, and it in the long run is better for our experience, and that's why things are slower. The more we work though on our self-love and raise our vibration, the faster it does speed things up, because it's going slow for us to raise our vibration. So the more we do that, the faster it comes to. So I like that. So that is what they have for you right now, Rithima. So many blessings to you. And Neelam, I'm so sorry. I'm already finished with my free readings. I've been on for over 3 hours, so I gotta rest. But I will be back in about less than 5 hours. And for everyone, an hour before my I put the before I start the live, I do put out a announcement, and you can actually jump in earlier and put your questions there too. It's like getting in line for a concert that doesn't have assigned seats. You can jump in and put your question, and then I start with those when I start the session. So if you're subscribed, make sure to click on the your what is it called, notification settings, and make sure all is selected. That way you'll get notified when I do that, and that helps out too. All right. So thank you guys so much again for all the thumbs up, all the love, all the support. I so much am blown away by your thirst and hunger to hear from spirit and to search after spirit. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Like I said, I will be back this evening, and then I'm off on Monday and Tuesday nights because I do other things. But um, yes, thank you so much for understanding. So I shall return. And so just know, as you're going throughout each and every second of every day of your life, that you are unconditionally loved by the mother and the father of all things. And of course, I love you guys too. So until I see you guys again, have a great rest of your day, rest of your night, wherever you're at in the world. And until I talk to you again, much love to you, and you guys take care. We'll see you soon.